Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Another Wednesday live stream. Working on a few different systems here. I just realized that the last system I put in there to vote on is actually supposed to be an M15R7. The one that's giving a 3.1 code is supposed to be an M15R7. Those are the same motherboards. That's why my brain kind of went to a 17R5. But anyway, vote, everyone. So we are back. So Sunday I wasn't able to come in. We did have an ice storm here down in Texas. Well, most of the United States, I guess, had some major ice happening, right? So Saturday night we ended up having a thunderstorms, but it was 25 degrees-ish, or maybe 23 or something like that degrees Fahrenheit, and it was pouring down sleet. And so all of that ended up icing over everything. We don't have infrastructure to deal with all that stuff, and so I didn't want to have to deal with it. And then Monday was actually pretty crazy. They canceled school for the last 2 days. The kids didn't go to school. And so, but anyway, I hope everyone else is staying warm. Looks like it's 1 a.m. in Munich. Well, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Glad you made it. Let's see. It's bad there in New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thunder snow. Yeah, that's the craziest whenever you have thunder snow, which we don't get snow very often, so. Hey, JFix is here. Gritty, how you doing? Sean, George, good to see everyone coming out tonight. So go ahead and vote. I can give you a little information about the three machines there, but one's an M18R2. The customer should be in the chat tonight. So the M18R2, if you want to have the guy in the chat. Supposedly, this one's going to be pretty interesting. I would have probably done a video on it, but he wanted to kind of see it done live. So the M18R2, you'll probably be surprised if you want to see this one. I'm not telling you anything about it more than that. The M17R5 with the no RAM, I don't know. I just grabbed it off the shelf real quick. So I have no idea what's up with that. And then the other one that's supposed to be actually M15R7, the one that's giving me a 3.1 error, there's a little more to the story than that, okay? I just wanted to put all errors up there, but it's just, there's some burnt stuff. There's some, I don't know. We'll have to, there's lots of words on the page. I can tell you that. Greetings from Bosnia and Italy. Grazie, grazie. Serbia here, Florida, Lexington, Kentucky, Jamaica, Irie. Nice, nice, nice. Trying. We ended up with 18 inches and it's cold. Schools were closed for 2 days too. Yeah, we ended up with, you know, it's hard to judge inches, right? Whenever you're thinking of snow. I don't know. I think we only ended up with like maybe 3 inches of ice snow-ish. It wasn't like, we never had like the nice big flakes, so it was kind of annoying. Can I vote for the M18R2 twice? Do it, do it. You're going to be surprised if you watch this. Premise, welcome. Premise is in his house. Darren, how are you doing? Hello from the UK, Colorado, Portugal, Australia. It makes my tongue always go. We got a North Korea here. Welcome from North Korea. We got England, North Carolina, one of them Carolinas. American that's in Panama, it's 27 C, which is what, like 85 or something? Maybe it's 80? I don't know what that is. I never know the conversion. It's 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Wait, it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit where you are? Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, I think the lowest we got was like 13, but it didn't get above 20 for like a couple days. So we were like right around that same area. Yeah, if you want to be surprised on something, vote for the M18R2. I'll tell you that. I haven't looked at it. I just talked to the customer, and he told me everything about it. And he was very, I don't know. And what's his name? I can't remember. This was a couple days ago when I talked to him. Let me see if I can look up his name so we can shout out to him, see if he's here. This was last week when I talked to him, so. Let's see. What is his name? There's a lot of papers here. Sorry, I'm just banging around. His name is Sean. His name is Sean. So is Sean in the house? Is Sean in the house? So I got some fun stuff to talk about before we even get going, but y'all vote. You got a few more minutes left on that. Let me show you something. So y'all know Blackhorse over there at the old Blackhorse YouTube channel, Blackhorse Repairs. He sends me in some flux and stuff. So he sent me in another version of the flux. So now I have like 3 or 4 versions of his flux. So this is version Omega 55946RA. So I put a link in the video description. If anyone's ever interested in trying to find this stuff or try this out, it's very cheap. It's like $10.99. He sells it on eBay. He makes it himself, and it smells so good. It smells so good. And so basically what I told him, I was like, hey, you know, we have liquid metal that kind of, we have an LLM situation that happens a lot, so leaking liquid metal, and we're trying to clean up this liquid metal. So I said, hey, can you come up with something that's sticky like your flux, but it's for cleaning LLM? And look what he made us. He just sent me in a batch here. So I have these packs of LLM Liquid Metal Remover. So we haven't tried this out yet, so maybe we can try that out tonight. So I'm assuming it actually seems like you can just cut it open, you can just dip your Q-tip in there, and then you just use it to clean up the liquid metal. So we'll see. I haven't tried it yet, so we're gonna be able to do it. So I don't even know if he has this stuff for sale yet, because I think we're prototyping it still, but I think this will be pretty good to try. One of my alerts aren't working here. Let me see if I can fix this, because I can't. My Twitch chat is missing, and I need to fix this because I cannot see what's going on. Okay, I see a message here now that I thought I can see. Can you remind the people on? Wait, what did you say? To disconnect the battery when cleaning their fans. Yes, okay, that's what you're saying. Yes, I will definitely remind the people. Yeah, so we're having a lot of this issue, and I can tell you this week I recorded 2 more videos where either a repair shop, well, I think they were both repair shop actually. Yeah, so both, it was repair shops destroying laptops. And I just don't know why I become the place where people are just sending their freaking broken machines that someone else broke. What am I supposed to do about that? I know a lot of repair shops just refuse it. So, okay, I was gonna put some music on, and then we can finish our voting. Okay, well, let me see what else you're saying here. Yeah, I hope this works. That'd be pretty cool to try. But yeah, I want everyone to try to pick up some of that Omega 559 if you want. It's only like $5.99. I put a link in there, or I mean $10.99. Sorry. And it smells really good. It smells like pine. It's a new item, brand new, but it's made. He made it himself. Do you have some sort of Steam Deck? No, I don't. I don't have a Steam Deck. I don't even have a game console, actually. Actually, I have an Xbox, the first one, not A1. But hello from Czech Republic. Can you give me confidence to repaste? Oh, wait, you gave me confidence to repaste. Well, perfect. I'm glad. And that PTM 7950, did you figure out how to get it to go on there? Because I know a lot of people have issues where it doesn't, it wants to kind of unpeel itself. So I'm glad. And thanks for that donation. That was really nice of you. $5.99 sold. No, it's not $5.99. I misspoke. I made one from an old tablet. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm not a gamer of sorts, so I don't have one of those. And yeah, I was saying, like, I was digging around in my attic the other day, and I do have an Xbox, the first version of Xbox. And I know that if they've been sitting around, you should open it up and change the capacitors out, because there's a couple of them that leak, so I haven't turned it on or anything. But Nathan the Fixer. Once again, you're keeping me from sleeping. Whoa, well, we haven't done anything yet. I'll keep you from sleeping whenever we start doing something. Unless it's really boring and slow and nothing happens. You were the best ever. Thank you. Terry says I'm the best ever. I don't know about that. Use plastic tools. Ha, 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 ha. I do use plastic tools. 11 degrees Fahrenheit in southern New Hampshire. That seems kind of warm for New Hampshire, doesn't it? Because you have mad skills. Mad repair skills, DIY Dave says. What are we fixing today? I vote for the red-colored alien head tonight. Okay, let's switch the head to red. There it is. We're going rouge tonight. It's kind of orangey red, but unless there's another red in that list. Nope. There we go. Ah, I did it again. Oh, you know what? I was pressing it and looking in the camera. There we go. And it was delayed. Okay, anyway, Retro Pi. I built the Retro Pis before. I definitely love that. And I even got one of the little things, you know, the little boxes that look like an old Nintendo, which is cool. Monty's here. Welcome, Monty. 7 degrees and going down. Hopefully you didn't get too much snow over there. Have you ever seen a weird circle mark and swirl pattern on a Ryzen CPU's die? No. But I have like 7 or 8 boards here. We can look at all of them and see. You like the shirt, and tonight we're wearing Down the Repair Rabbit Hole. So hopefully we're not going to go way down that rabbit hole. And you could tell I was the one who made this because it's really shoddy. I don't like using AI for anything, so like I probably could have said, hey, make me a hole or something, but I'm just like, I'm going to draw all the lines and do all that myself. So you got to give me, you got to support me because I'm designing all this stuff myself. Very very not that well. I'm not that good at it, but anyway. I do have music on in the background. Hopefully it's loud enough here. Oh, we got the liquid metal. I love it. Love it. All right, well, we save another laptop today, and I've saved 4 or 5 laptops today, and then yesterday I had 2 that just didn't, I couldn't fix them. So I'm like, oh, I hate it. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. You're a proud owner of a 7770. All right, we're ending the polls now. So what do we have? What's our final verdict? Okay, so M17R5 2.3 error with the no RAM is winning on YouTube. But what has higher percentage is the M18R2 on Twitch. So we're going with the highest percentage first, and then the second highest percentage would be the 17R5 with a 2.3 error. So order of operation, that's what we're doing. So let me close out of this poll, we'll end it, and we'll get going. All right, so the gist of this one, so the M18R2 is what we're going with. And I can't exactly remember everything that he told me, but what is it here for exactly? Okay, that's right. All right. All right, you ready for this? You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you sure? I don't even know what I'm going to get. I don't even know. I've never seen anything like this based on what he told me. All right, so I know I'm building this up, but get ready. Hey, this is cycling. I didn't know it did this automatically. Huh, that's kind of cool. All right, getting distracted. All right, new day and another laptop that needs to be saved, and this time we have an Alienware M18R2. Now, this is a special laptop that was sent in to me. It's giving a 2.8 error, but the customer said he repasted this laptop and added liquid metal back on the board, but he's done this a couple times over the years. This last time he did it, the laptop no longer displayed a picture. Now, he said that he was very careful with not getting liquid metal all over the board, so he conformal coated the entire motherboard to protect it. So I haven't taken a look at this yet. Let's take a look together and see if we can get this figured out. Okay, so if you guys, do y'all know what conformal coating is? It's like, it's like it's a treatment that you can put over things. It's almost like a waterproofing, but it's not, it's almost like a resin. I think of it more like nail polish. It's like nail polish and it puts like a coating over it. But you can conformal coat things to kind of keep them where they're encapsulated, almost like a resin that you'd put on top of something, right? So he said he did it to the entire motherboard. So I don't even know what to think because I'm like, did you conformal coat over some liquid metal? Sean, are you here yet? Let's see. I don't know if Sean's here. Sean, if you are here, if this is your M18R2, say, this is my laptop, please. I don't know if he's going to be here or not. So I don't know if it's clear. I don't know if it's, I don't know. Because I've conformal coated things before. So I like I said in the past, I'm into astronomy. And so I built my own astronomy camera, and I built a Peltier cooler on the back. And what would happen is the camera would get so cold that the circuit board would get covered in liquid or water, right? Moisture, humidity. So then it's a spray can. I spray canned the entire camera circuit board, and that waterproofed it and it worked. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know. We'll try turning it on because he just says it's a 2.8 error. So let's do that. So plugged it in. We're going to look at the current here. 8. Was that flashing? I don't know. Okay, anyway. So it looks like it might be going through a CMOS reset, but we have 60 watts. And look for an error code here. So a 2.8 stands for LCD failure, but it's not the LCD failure. There's a 2.7, there's a 2.8. 2.8 usually means like bad backlight, like the backlight fuse is blown or something like that. So it could be as simple as just a fuse or a resistor is blown. But a 2.7 is like where the screen can't communicate with the screen at all. So it could be like the 3.3 volt line or the enable or whatever, or the cable's ripped or whatever it is. So did you check for liquid damage? No, I haven't checked for anything yet. We're about to figure this thing out. So liquid metal, we will see. I mean, so he told me, so he says it runs hot. He took the liquid metal off. Then he put the liquid metal back on. And then it ran it for a year or so. And then he took the liquid metal off and he put liquid metal. I think he's done the liquid metal replacement multiple times. So the smell test. You really want me to put my nose up against this thing? The Republic of Gamers. It has like a texture here. This is weird. I don't smell anything. It just smells like someone's house. If I smell laptops and they just smell like a house. Got these wires hanging down here. Let's see. Where are all these wires in my way? I have like a whole bundle of wires I hang right above my light here, and then they're getting in the camera shot. There we go. All right, so it's just holding at 4 amps, but it's at 100 watts. Now we should get an error code any moment now because it's still doing like a boot up process. And we're just waiting for that 2.8 so we can just get that. Did he dip his liquid metal in it maybe? I want to dip my metal in it. Do y'all remember the movie or the TV show The State from, like, it was like MTV or something? It was like they had, anyway, it's probably inappropriate for the stream, but it was a pretty funny skit. They wanted to dip all sorts of things in all sorts of things. I prefer a thick coat of fiberglass and resin on my motherboard. So I was going to do a video on this one. I think it would have been fun to do a video, but yeah. We're just going to do it. Okay, well, I'm not getting this error. I don't know how long we want to wait here. This thing takes forever to do a CMOS reset, too. An Alienware ROG laptop. A really high-end laptop. It should be like a Razer Alienware ROG. Bed bugs. No, we're not going to bed bug anything. I don't like bed bugs. Smell it, smell it. I mean, I definitely don't smell anything coming out of it. Where's my coffee at? So tonight, I just made a coffee at home. I have these little cups, and I just ran home and made a coffee before I came up here. Okay, well, how long do you want to wait around doing this? I'm getting bored. I think we should open it up. Smell the roach. No, hopefully you guys are not, like, getting me, you know, jinxing me. This looks like liquid damage right here. What is this? I think that's what you were saying. Look at that. Okay, it turned off. Yeah, but what is that? Turned back on. Okay, so this is actually when the screen should have came on just now. Yeah, so it should have actually just blinked the Alienware screen, then it shut off and then came back on, and then now we should get our error, if we're gonna get it. The suspense is killing me! I mean, watch it just turn on and work. Oh, I had a good one. I want to, okay, it's blinking now. But I had a laptop come in today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. There's our 2.8. So a 2.8, and we have 135 watts-ish. And that's usually pretty accurate whenever it gets to the point where, yeah, it's a 175. Whenever it's trying to start the screen and it can't. And so now we know what it's doing. All right, let me tell you about this laptop that came in today. I'm gonna hold down the power button and shut it off. So this laptop came in the day, what is it? X17R2 or R1, one of the two. And so the guy's note said, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with the laptop. I just want it, I want to bring it over here. I want the CPU, I want it cleaned out in the rethermal paste. I just couldn't get one of the screws out on the heatsink. But there was no screen on it. So it was just the bottom part. And then he said, yeah, the keyboard doesn't work in Windows, and the LCD connector's ripped off, and he just started naming all these things, but he's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. You're stuck using an Inspiron 7000 laptop at the moment. No, there's no way. A 7000 laptop. 7000 laptop. Black coffee here. Yeah, so my coffee is black, but with a little bit of honey. Does that count as black coffee? Gotta have my honey. All right. Blink code 28. Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know. It doesn't look like it's covered in conformal coating. Maybe it's the other side. That would make more sense because that's where the CPU and GPU are. But it looks like there's a lot of liquid damage to me. This looks like it's been in a very moist area. You like the word moist? Is that a good descriptive word? So I see over here, I see some liquid damage looking stuff. The stuff here maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I need a pair of gloves is probably what I need. Gosh, and that might have turned on. You're right. Here, let's do this. There we go. I solved the issue, right? Before you work on a motherboard, you should unplug it. Is that Asus ROG thermal paste that's everywhere? All right, let's pull this motherboard out, right? You think that's the next thing we should do? Or I'll look at the, oh, these screws are rusted over. Where's this guy from? Chula Vista, California? Chula Vista? Is there ocean there? That thing is, yes. Should I put gloves on for this? No rust? That's coating. Oh, do you think he just did this? That's crazy. San Diego area. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely ocean. Maybe he's living the dream. Sean, are you living the dream? You live on a boat. I live on a boat. That'd be nice to live on a boat. Okay. All right, and this is off. Not too bad. Like Quincy. Lived on a boat. I mean, living on a boat seems like it would be nice. Except if you have to work. Maybe it would be nice to not have a job too, to go along with that work, living on a boat. I'm just want to look around real quick, see what we're looking at. But, so there's our fan. Fan's definitely really dirty. Our LCD connector over here is what we're supposed to be addressing anyway. Where's my thing here? Okay. Oh. Okay. So some of this looks a little... So do you think that this is for modal coating? Or what do you think? Do you think they coated all this then? Because these pins, there's like corrosion over all this too. Do you think it's just dirty pins? Glove up, man. Dude, glove up. Throw me a bone. Throw me a bone and put a gloves on. So should we just grab a test screen and plug it in? I mean, this connector. All right. Yeah, I may glove up on this one. It is a little extra suspicious. Where's my gloves? It'd be cool if I could just clap my hands and then gloves just show up on there. Why not? Factory corrosion. The corrosion's straight from the factory, of course. It looks like flux in the connector. It does kind of look like flux. I'm wondering if we can just toothbrush it and it will work. That'd be funny. Clean it, test it. Done. Next computer. Glove up or shut up. Okay. I mean, this whole thing needs to be cleaned. So we'll start with just cleaning the connector. We'll get my sister's toothbrush out here. All right. Oh, that already looks way better. Wow, those pens look shiny. Now, do you know if you can clean off Formodo? I keep wanting to call it, how do you say it? Why do I keep wanting to pronounce it wrong? Anyway, the coating. I keep wanting to say formodal. What is it? My brain's just like malfunctioning saying it. Formal? Formal. Oh, conformal. Conformal. There you go. There's a conformal. There you go. There's your sign. Conformal. Okay. Look at all those people. It's that. You guys can, whoever answered the first one. Wow. About 40 years ago, I received a shipment of floppy disk drives, rejected the shipment, and the company had to send it back with a fresh batch. Wow. Okay. All right, so it's plugging in tight, feels good. And we scrubbed it, so it's extra good. Socket crud. You like socket crud? All right. Now we got to go through the whole painstaking process of CMOS reset. So we need the Ghostbusters to exorcise the demon. All right, so we'll let that do its thing. I concur. Call Billy the Exterminator. Who are you gonna call? Drain damage. Conformal LLM. Yeah, that's what it is. It's conformal LLM. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. So whenever we see it start spiking, right? So whenever it spikes to that 1 point or 150 watts or whatever, it'll jump up there and then you'll see it shut off. So right before that, we should get a flash of Alienware, and then the next time it turns on. Your old 8200 works with a floppy drive, CDRW, and an 80 gig HDD hard drive. You love the serial killer gloves. Well, you gotta get Dexter gloves out, right? I don't want to be too surgical looking with blue gloves, right? And then I don't want to have the clear gloves like I'm serving pizza in the cafeteria at my kid's school or something. Billy was a great show. The Exterminator, of course. Oh, did you guys watch the... Okay, so last week, who tuned in last week? I'm sure a lot of people tuned in last week. So last week we had a segment where we were trying to name as many Seinfeld quotes as possible. I know a lot of people across the pond didn't watch Seinfeld or anything. I ended up cutting that into a short. I don't know how many people saw that, but it was pretty ridiculous how many quotes that y'all were able to get out there. So did you guys watch that? The short? I'll paste it in here for you if you want to check it out, or I can actually play it for you while we're waiting for this, I guess. You saw the short. It was like a Seinfeld episode. Although I guess if I played it in my stream, it would have the Seinfeld music in the background, and it would probably not, I would get copyright strike, whatever you call it. But anyway, here, I'll paste the short in there if you want to check it out. It's pretty funny. It's just 45 seconds long, but basically I just took all the cuts of the Seinfeld references and stitched it together, or I just cut out all the dead stuff. So all right, check her out. The dingo ate your baby. Exactly, that was in there. No soup for you, that was in there. There's a lot of them in there. And then later we were like, oh yeah, Mr. Wilhelm. There's so many like different characters who were like, oh man, we should have done that. I have modeling hands. Oh, the modeling hand, or man hands. What about man hands? All right, this is almost ready. We almost should get something here. White gloves, is this the Grosh one? Yeah, so this one, yes. I guess that's the simplest answer, yes. I will be watching and thumbs up to it. All right. Thank you. The Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. So who are the final two inside the Super Bowl? I haven't kept up with this. Or do we even know the final two? Are we down to the final four or the final two? A normally long time for a CMOS reset. This is like a 5-minute reset. Well, it's really 3 minutes and 50 seconds is a normal reset on this machine. It's just super slow. You guys like this? I need to wring somebody's neck with these gloves. The Hawks. Who else? What was the other? What's going on, Pots Peeps? Seattle and New England. So Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. The Patriots have always in there. Man, we need to switch out. We need a different team that's in there. The Patriots are in there too much. OJ Simpson gloves. No, it's like, oh, the glove does not fit. It does not fit. All right, it's back on. This is when we should get our screen. And I'm supposed to say, I couldn't save this laptop. So we do have our error still. Okay. We got our error. Oh yeah, whenever Kramer installs a screen door in his apartment. Parts people to win the Super Bowl. Go Parts Peeps! I don't know why I keep trying to do a faux British accent. All right, these feel so weird to work with. I never work in gloves. Dexter's staring at Nathan C. Hall instead of Anthony C. Hall. Okay, so that didn't fix it. Should we grab a test screen next? Y'all want to do that? Yeah, let me grab a test screen. I got one of those right over here. Well, thanks for that. Respect to your skills. For many years, I have a CCNP and an MCSE, retired now, but my electronic skills left a lot to be desired. Well, thank you for participating and watching my content. I have fun making these videos and doing these live streams. And where is that screen at? M18, there we go. All right, here's my M18 test screen. This actually goes to an M18R1 and R2 and an M16R1, because the M16R1 and M18R1 use the same motherboard. Which is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Damn buffering. We'll just hit refresh or something. You shouldn't be buffering. I got no buffer for you. Call CSI Miami. All right, how do I want to put this? Let's see. I'm going to do it. How do I want to put this? I just want to set that like right there. Maybe I'll do it like this. Sometimes it's kind of hard to come up with a way of setting this so I don't like mess something up. Like that. There we go. Battery unplugged. Anytime you're about to plug in a screen, just go like that. Just play with it a little bit before you plug it in, just to make sure that the battery's unplugged. I'm feeling kind of crazy. My feelings are crazy. All right. NCSIS. You know, I still have not seen a single episode of that. Oh, shoot. We have to go through another CMOS reset again? Get out! Bye-bye test screen. Okay, how do I want to do this? This is so annoying. Because I have to open this. I have to open this. No likey. You know likey. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. You can't see it. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to plug this in. We're not going to break anything. That's the goal. By trying to do this all crazy. Okay, that's plugged in. I'm just going to prop this open with some tape. Because the Hall effect sensor will tell it that it's closed. So it won't do a screen. Okay, so we're good. Now we'll hang out again. Props to whom gets the reference? Which reference are we talking about, Alfred? Plug it in, plug it in. Are you talking about like the smell thingy? I don't know what it is. Plug it in, plug it in. No start button for the board. So on this board, because we're plugging it in from a CMOS reset, so we unplug the battery, it comes on automatically on this machine. So no big deal. So I just need to make sure to keep it open though, so it will actually display on the screen, or else it will think it's closed. Step off, George. Lesson for the day: play with your cable first. That's right. You got to flick it. Just back and forth, just a few times. Have you ever heard of RAM shrinkage? I think there's it shrinks? It shrinks? I haven't heard of RAM shrinkage. I've heard of RAM shortage. So, yeah, I was actually working on a laptop right before this. And, or actually I worked on it last week and I looked at it again today. And so the motherboard's going to need to be replaced. The motherboard is non-existent. I cannot find it. Last time we sold it was for 500 bucks. The only motherboards I could find are like on eBay for almost $1,000 and they're from China. So the customer, I just told him, I was like, yeah, you're probably just better off just not even trying to fix this machine. But he has 2 sticks of 32 gig DDR5 in it. I was like, bro, just sell that RAM. And then sell the machine for parts. I mean, the thing actually turns on, gets a Dell screen, and shuts off. I think it has a bad CPU or chipset or something like that. And so I was just like, just sell that. And hey, Tom, thanks for that. And then just move on. I don't know. So I don't know if that's what he's going to end up doing, but promise you, it was just out cold, like a frightened turtle. Sometimes when I read your messages, everything's like out of context, and I'm not like, have to go, okay, what was this person saying before this? Did this come out of a dumpster? Like a frightened turtle. That's what, so B. Schraft said that, did it come out of a dumpster? But he said that a few comments ago, or a few minutes ago, like a frightened, so I have to kind of put it together. So luckily I can actually like click on somebody's name. So like if I'm doing this, so like here's my screen, and I can click on anybody's name, and then I can see all their comments, which is nice. So then I can put their story together. And then I can also see if someone's spamming all crazy, right? So anyway, I'm just killing time because this thing's still booting up. The pool water was cold. All right, so there's the out of context. So let's see what it is. The British sounds like Australian. Well, maybe. Wait, no, my British does not sound like Australian, does it? It sounds horrible, but I don't know if it sounds like Australian. JFix would be able to tell me, right? He has a proper nice accent. Shrinkage because of it's cold, obvious. Oh, I don't know. It was in the pool. Sorry for the caps. I don't know. Has anybody else heard of that? RAM shrinking in the cold? No, I don't think so. Not something I've heard of. Today, what do you have in the drink on the side? I have my coffee, I have my water, and then I have my green vegetable drink, which I was supposed to drink before. I usually drink one of these right before the stream, so I have like a boost of brain. The fans are going. Whoa, thank you. Did you ever watch Louis Rossmann? He did the same thing for MacBooks, but all the MacBooks are basically the same circuit. Yeah, so I definitely watched Louis Rossmann early on when he was doing board repair stuff. He actually his shop is like a few miles down the road here, so I've went and helped him out with some things and talked to him before. The main issue I have with watching his repairs, at least, I think it just booted the Windows. That's interesting. I can hear it boot up the Windows. The main issue I had with his stuff is he would actually name all the power rails, name all the chips, name everything, and it was very, very hard to follow whenever you weren't that knowledgeable. And so it's not that appealing to a larger group of audience that is still learning. So that was kind of my only take on that. But definitely very sharp, and now he's an activist. 3 more days until Bourbon Street. That's right. And I'm still on my exercise every day and no sugar, so I guess you can count these vegetables as sugar. Not vegetables, there's juice in there, so. All right, no picture, but I did hear it boot up the Windows. At least that's what it sounded like to me. So I think it's in Windows land. What do you want to do? Let's pull the board because we're going to have to look everywhere. I mean, I could try to fix this backlight circuit or whatever's going on here. But I want to see the other side. I want to see this conformal, conformal coating. I'm like, I can't, my brain does not want to say that word. Anyway, the laptop is two-faced. Yeah, it is basically two-faced. Any error now? Let's see if we can see that. So RAM shrinkage means that either the physical smaller memory cells due to chip scaling or the illusion of less RAM due to software usage, context matters AI. Okay, so that's true. So if we're talking about physical shrinkage, yeah, because you could think about it as like the hardware manufacturers giveth and the software manufacturers taketh, right? Because everything uses more RAM, more all that stuff. All right, let me see if I can get in here for an error code. I'm gonna have a hard time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're still getting a 2.8. You're just gonna have to trust me. You're gonna have to trust me. All right, so I'm gonna unplug this and turn it off. Yeah, has a billionaire sponsor, and he focuses on the right to repair. Are you in Texas? Yeah, so I'm in Austin, Texas, and he's in Austin, Texas. He moved from New York. He's down the street. He's on campus, like near the University of Texas. So it's literally, I don't know, 30 blocks down the road or 40 blocks. So not too far away. And I'm going to see if I can do a little bit more work with him for his right to repair stuff. I'm in the process of trying to do, I'm going to try to do a podcast that's actually related to that, but that's an announcement to come later. I haven't got it totally set up yet, but we will see. How about an external monitor? Well, I think he says it works on an external monitor. I'm pretty sure. Because it says, well, maybe not. He says it's a 2.8 error. He actually requested a motherboard replacement because he's going to do an insurance claim on this. And so has a 2.8 power rail failure. Hope you can repair it. If not, then motherboard replacement. He wants to upgrade to a 4090. This has a 4080 in it. So he wants to go all out. He wants the big daddy. He wants the big daddy. Do you mind if I pull this motherboard out so we can take a look at it? I just want to take a look around. I'm pretty sure we have a ripped component somewhere. It would only make sense that we have a ripped off component. Yeah, I mean, we could hook it to an external monitor just to prove that it does boot up, but I did hear the Windows login screen, so. Did someone select external display FN? Yeah, I did not try doing that, but like I said, try D when you power it on. D does a display test. That's a good point. Yeah, we can try that real quick if you want. Although, because we keep unplugging the battery and unplugging the screen, God, all these screws are like stripped almost. We have to go through another CMOS reset every single time. So this is the extra V-Core stuff here. Oh my gosh. My wife and I have an M18R2 with a 4060, which is a perfectly adequate laptop. Not sure if it has liquid metal, but I would like to send it into you for cleaning at some point, refurbish the laptops as a hobby, and do motherboard repair. Nice. Yeah, Dana, you can definitely send it in, or Dan, I guess. And that one would have liquid metal on the CPU, but not on the GPU. So, and I just got a huge sheet. Look at this. PTM 7950. Just got it delivered today, and I've already used it twice. Take it out and pressure wash it. Well, I should heat up the ultrasonic cleaner, right? Show us how to cleaning with alcohol dispenser, please. Show us cleaning it with alcohol dispenser, please. And so here's my alcohol dispenser if you've never seen one of these. I've had this since 2005, I think. This one. And you just tap it, and then the alcohol comes out, so I always just hit it with my toothbrush like that, and then I get stuff on there. And I have it off to the side over here. But if we did it, we could do ultrasonic cleaner, and then it would really be brand new looking. Unplug the battery. You want me to do this? There you go. Battery's good. Battery's good. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I felt confident enough to replace the LM, but not to clean the motherboard. He has it just the way he likes it. Has it just the way he likes it. You guys ever watch IT Crowd? It's a British comedy show, and there's a scene where it's a couple of IT guys down in the basement, and then the head of the IT department is this girl who doesn't know anything about computers. And so she asks one of the tech guys where the button for the internet is, and then he goes over to the computer, and it's like completely infested with all these like spyware and, oh my gosh, malware stuff all over the screen. And she's like, no, I have it just the way I like it. And he's like, just the way you like it? If this was oh man. He said he would take the computer out and shoot it, basically. Anyway, it's a funny skit. You gotta look it up. Just say, where's the button for the internet? So this stuff, yeah, it's everywhere. That's what this is, right? I mean, it's on the drives too. So this definitely must be a boat computer. Definitely a boat computer. IT Crowd equals awesome. Yeah, and they took it off of Netflix, which really annoys me. Because I used to, anytime it was kind of my go-to, I would just kind of put it on. So if you haven't watched IT Crowd, or It Crowd, go check it out. There's only 5 seasons. They're I think there's only a few episodes per season, like 6 episodes or something. The GPU is dead. This one doesn't use the GPU to put the screen up, so I don't think it's the GPU that would cause this. But, I mean, it could be dead, for all I know. We're just waiting for Davy Jones to come in. Dave Jones here. Crikey. I bet there's a problem with the Wi-Fi card. That's the go-to. I think I'm going to have to make a shirt about that at this point. Check the Wi-Fi card. Did you know they tried to make US spin-off of IT Crowd, and they even brought Richard in, really? But it was absolutely horrible. Trying to think of how, I mean, because The Office, they were able to adapt it pretty well. I mean, I guess they had Steve Carell, so they had certain characters that would really make it good. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's exactly right. So there's a scene in there where he has it on a recording, and every single time that someone calls, he just presses the answer button, and then it like plays a recording and says, have you tried turning it off and on again? Oh man. Why is Nathan wearing gloves? So if you look at the system, it's pretty dirty. And the consensus was glove up, please. The computer says no, Little Britain. What's behind the red door? What's behind that red door? This is weird. There's some stuff going on here. What's going on with that? Houston, we have a problem. We have a real problem right here. There's your sign. Hey, you know what I did? I don't know if you guys noticed. And I guess I can look at the video later, but I pulled these other two drives out right here, but I didn't number them or label them, which I usually like to do. I can go back in the video and look. I'm going to pull these drives out, but there's some crazy chaos going on right next to it. So I'll have to figure out what the heck's going on there. What did we get ourselves into? Maybe we should just leave the motherboard in and just work on the screen right here and not even try to take this thing out. It's probably just busted right here. We probably just see like a ripped component. Like, oh my gosh. It's like a potty. It's like a party on the board. Yeah, all the rest of this, the LCD stuff's on the back side of the board here. That's the thing. So we had an issue one time where this got blown out. This is the display port muxer, but I don't see an issue with that. It's pretty fugly. Sean warned me it was fugly. All right, I'm gonna have to keep going. I gotta keep finding the secret screws. Ultrasonic, maybe I should heat up the ultrasonic cleaner. Oh, let's do that. There we go, it's heating up. I just changed the water yesterday. All right, I'm gonna number these. So, what number slot is what? This is number 3. This is number 4. So I'm just putting dots on it. Very innocent dots. Nothing to see here. All right, so we're gonna figure out how we're supposed to get that thing out of there. And I don't know. Something going on here. It's like, why is this motherboard still in here? I already have all the screws out, but it's like it's fused in here. There's one screw here. Water picket with alcohol. I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed to it. What the what? Why is this thing fused in here? I got this side out. Is it that screw that's messing it up? It feels like this. Oh, that's right. Forgot the spine has these. Grind it, super glue it, done. Yeah, we might have to get the old grinder out. Needs a spa bath. Nathan, how is the winter storm? Hope all is well. So yeah, our winter storm, it was Saturday night was the main brunt of it, and we had a thunderstorm that came through and it was like 25 or less degrees out, and so it was more like a sleet storm of just ice. And in the past we had a really bad storm where it actually was right at freezing point, and all the trees got covered in just actual thick ice, and then all the trees broke. So we didn't have that issue, so nothing collected in the trees. It was just mainly on the roads. But our infrastructure sucks for taking care of this stuff. So, but thanks for that donation there. All right, so yeah, I think we're going to have to get this undone somehow. So is this why he wants me to do something about this? Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? Come on, baby. I'm just gonna cut this tab off is what I'd rather do here, but I think we got it. I think we got it. Well, that came out easier than I thought it was going to come out, right? Yeah, needle nose pliers. If I would have used needle nose, I don't think I would have been able to grab it. That's why you end up, a lot of times I'll either use these side cutters or these type right here. If you use these type, then you can actually grab into it. And I'd buy these side cutters by the pack. Thought on AI and a collapse of society. That's a loaded question. What the heck is this bolt? I don't know if I know what this is. So my thought is I'm not a big fan of AI in general. I actually tried using AI this weekend. And so I was trying to do a task, okay? And sat down, I said, okay, well, I'm gonna sit here and write out a prompt. Let's write this prompt out. We're gonna really make this prompt good. Spend some time writing this prompt. And then it spits out some crap, right? And then you keep modifying that crap that it gave you. Next thing I know, it's been an hour and a half of me saying, no, okay, go back to this other version, and then let's do this, and blah, 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 and just keep messing with this shit. And then, I mean, in no way was this even remotely as good as my own design that I could have done. So, it's useless, and for that at least creativity context. Ah, I see the blue. It's blue conformal coating. You can already see it coming through right here. So anyway, collapse of society. Yeah, a lot of people are relying on that stuff. I have a lot of bets against the AI stocks right now. I can tell you that. Okay. What do you think of this stuff over here? What do you think of that stuff right there? Oh, okay, right there. There's our problem. Found it. I actually have a video on this right now that I haven't edited yet, but so there's heatsink compound right there, right? It's just regular old heatsink compound until you move it, and then it's LLM. It's going to be element 31 or whatever you call it. Crap. God, I freaking hate it. Hate that stuff. Or I could be wrong, but to me it looks like see, there's liquid metal in this. Here, I don't want to move this too much because I bet it's shorted. I should have tested it beforehand. So those are shorted together. I don't know if they're supposed to be. And so this is the backlight fuse, the backlight circuit right here. It actually comes right here through this, and that fuse isn't blown. But this guy does something that's useful, and I guarantee that we have something going on here. Sean, I told you, buddy. And he's like, no, I was careful. I said, okay. But a lot of times people don't know that they get a little bit somewhere. So what do you think? Just wipe this off and Bob's our uncle? I think it's underneath the chip though. Oh yeah, so let's look at the conformal coating. Sorry, we'll go back to it. Okay, here we go. So we have this stuff. This is actually pretty cool stuff. You just paint it on here, and then you just seal the liquid. See, there's liquid metal on top of this right here too. There's liquid metal all right there. Liquid metal all right there. Do you see it? You see that right there? Right there, right there, right there. Maybe we should pull this heatsink off to see the horse show, if there is a horse show. Oh, I see liquid metal on the board right there, on a chip. Can you see it? God, can you see it? Here, let's see if we do this. That's liquid metal right there. You see that? Well, luckily, we have the newest invention, LLM Remover, right here. So we will try it out. So let's go ahead and pull this heatsink off, and we will try to go through the board and use our LLM cleaning pack from Blackhorse Repairs and see how well it does. And then maybe he'll give me a link where we can have other people buy it. It's gallium. We have gallium. I wonder if gallium is worth as much as gold and silver at this point. Because that is crazy. Silver and gold. Silver's just hit 117,000 today. I mean, $117 today, which is a lot for silver, because silver used to be nothing. AI is a level of Windows 2001. It's broken, and they'll fix it. And I asked to set up an NHRP in 3 nodes and coded it in seconds. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of like use cases like that where you can have the coding, right? The vibe coding type of thing. But a lot of times I have that stuff come out and it's broken too. So here again, like you could say here, I need this, and then we'll kind of almost give you like a template, right? But even if you said, I want to code this, it gives it to you, you paste it in there, and it throws back an error and it's broken, right? Then you paste the error back in, and then you go through this iterative process. Like literally, I write code. Well, I used to write code every day, but I don't write as much anymore. Oh my gosh, I can't even turn these things. And it would have taken me less time to code the things that I'm trying to code sometimes. Now I understand like a whole thing. The gold price is catching up with DDR5 pricing. I'm just waiting for that, you know, that capitulation to hit, because I know that there's going to be the cure for high prices is high prices, right? The cure for low prices is low prices. That's just how it works, right? Supply and demand curve. So at some point we're going to have something happen. All right, I got to be careful with this. But this screw right here doesn't want to move, and I have to apply a lot of pressure, so I'm going to have to put pressure from the other side. Here we go. Got it. Got it. Okay. Whew. It's a lot of work, you guys. Gotta admit it. You want LLM Remover. We can test it. We're going to test it. Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we do have an issue. Sean, I can already tell you. Sean, we have an issue with... I haven't moved this out of the way because I can see underneath it. Rule number 1. Is you want to have a barrier. And there's no barriers. There's no dams on this, which is fine. Maybe he was doing a dam the other way. He actually put on, that's right, he did this Thermal Grizzly. You guys got to look it up because I've never even heard of it, but it's Thermal Grizzly and some sort of pad that Thermal Grizzly makes that you put over it. And it's not PTM. It's not a face-changing pad, but something. And he's like, yeah, those should still be good, so you can just leave them on there. But, this, okay, hold on. Let me grab my board here. I'm going to show you. Here, we'll give you, is that a good enough view for you? I'm going to move this out of the way. You guys can do all the admiring you want while I'm finding this board. Okay, so here's factory. This is a factory board. That's the same board, okay? Factory. So we have dams around the CPU, dams around the GPU. So if we look right here, here's a GPU, although they both say GPU barriers, which I think is funny. This is the GPU, this is the CPU, this is the GPU. But there's actually this little foam barrier around the edge, and that's what keeps it from spilling out. Now, a lot of times whenever we do our process of getting rid of liquid metal or the element 31, we just take all that stuff off of there. We just peel these out of the way and we don't use them. We take the dams off because a lot of times the dams are contaminated. And so that's what's been done here. Now, whether the dams were there before he put these pads on here, did someone look that up what it was? It's like a thermal grizzly something. Thermal grizzly makes it, but he called it something, I can't remember. But anyway, so that's these pads that are on here. But so anyway, that's what stock should look like to protect it if you're going to use liquid metal. So if you just put liquid metal on this right here, it would leak over the edge everywhere. All right, so let's go around, let's find all of our liquid metal, and we'll use our new liquid metal remover to get rid of it. I wonder, is Raph here tonight? Someone needs to go get him so we can try it out live. Raph's the one who makes this. He's the Blackhorse repair guy. But we can see, where was that liquid metal we saw from the heatsink? Oh, we got a blowed. It's blowed right there. Woo-wee. What's up with that? What's up with that? Okay, so we have a blow. I don't know. This might be absolutely a rabbit hole. So you see this is blown up and we got a big blob of liquid metal right there. And you see it moving. So, I mean, replacing that, is it going to fix it? I don't know. This power rail, I believe, is probably goes to the VRAM, possibly. And so if it actually shot 20 volts through here and blew out something, I mean, we can replace the chip after we fix this, but is it going to fix it, is my point. Okay, so, and this stuff right here is the comfortable coating, I can't even say it again. Anyway, it's the stuff that seals the stuff that makes it waterproof. Why can't I say that word? Okay, here's another blob of liquid metal right here. Right there. Is everyone catching that? Can you see that one? Or do I have to zoom in? Right there. See that? So this is how it gets everywhere whenever you don't know it's getting everywhere. And even these little blobs right here, sometimes will have liquid metal in them. Like if you touch them, you'll start having liquid metal come out because it's element 31. It has it mixed in there. And these things right here, does this have liquid metal in it? Yeah, so if I'm moving it, you can kind of see there's a little bit of LLM inside of it. Okay, cryo sheet, thank you. So these are called cryo sheets. Now, I don't know what those do. I've never heard of them. So cryo sheet might be cool, might be all the new rage. It's not on here all the way though, it's crooked. So it needs to be moved over, if anything. What do you guys think about cryo sheets? This is the gift that keeps giving. No, it's a laptop repair rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole we go. All right. So I'm going to try using our new stuff. If you pull this off, you're definitely the GOAT. The greatest of all technicians. All right. Well, thank you. I have the ultrasonic cleaner going, and we will figure this out. You have to ask AI the right question and double check and then fact check the information. AI can make stuff up, hallucinations. Yes, I know. And then you have to spend all this time creating prompts and all this stuff, and then you can even write prompts to create prompts. Did you know that? Have you ever seen a lot of those prompts that create prompts? Here's another something here. All right, let's get going. Let's get cleaning here. Oh, man. Actually, I should pack this up and send it over to Northridge Fix. Let him deal with it. That's what I should do. All right, so we're gonna try this thing out here. So this comes in a, we'll open this up like this. So this comes in a little pack, LLM Remover, and so this is just a prototype. Never used it, so this will be my first try. I don't really know the consistency of it, but I think the idea would be to just cut the top off. And let's see, cut the top off. How many times do I have to cut the top off? Cut the top off. There we go. And then we're gonna dip our, I wanna dip my Q-tip in it. So we're gonna dip our Q-tips in it like this. And now we have fresh LLM cleaning solution right here, ready to go. All right, let's give it a try. By golly, this was perfect timing. All right, so here's a test right here. Look at that, it's trying to grab it. Look at that, it grabbed it immediately. So let me wipe it over here. Came right off. That actually worked pretty good. Look at that. Well, I think that was pretty successful just for that one blob. So let's just keep trucking around here. All right. So we need to get this blob. Look at that, it just grabs it. I just lost a capacitor though. So I have the capacitor on here now. Let me dip the other side here. Ooh, I like this stuff. Okay. Well, it has a viscosity that definitely grabs it now. If it's, is it getting mixed in there too much? I don't know. It's hard to tell. So like that blob still had it on there. Liquid metal kidnapper. And this stuff right here will all clean off with a isopropyl alcohol and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely wiping up. See, then like I re-wiped it again right there. It came right back up. Okay. Chunking in the ultrasonic cleaner. Well, first you want to get the big blobs off. So I have the ultrasonic cleaner warming up. It's at 43 degrees C. We're trying to go up to 60, and then we'll be able to do it. But all these like spots like that, we want to get those out of here. I had one yesterday that we had a huge amount that was on there. That was just like on the board. So hopefully, and I just changed out that water after I did that, or before I did that one. So it's, hopefully the water's still good. I feel like I'm putting too much on here, but maybe that's the right amount. I don't remember where all the spots were that we saw. Over here. That's more like heatsink compound mix, so I need to use a toothbrush on that one. Where's the other blobs we saw? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that graphics card's not going to work because of that blown component. Another whole area right here. Big blob underneath that. Look how good it's sticking to it. Look at that. Now the thing is, it's like once it's on there, then what do? You have to kind of see how I just accidentally put it back on the board because I was like trying to use the rest of the Q-tip. So you have to kind of be careful with that. All right, let me try this right here because we have an issue right there underneath it. There we go. I'm trying to get some bristles underneath that. All right, you guys are saying all sorts of stuff. I just can't see it. It's unfiltered honey. That's basically what it seems like. It definitely seems edible. Maybe I could put it in my coffee. All right, this thing's definitely going in the ultrasonic cleaner. But see, in this heatsink compound, you want to have all that stuff off of there too, so we have to pick up all of that. And look, it's all going underneath the chipset. I don't want any of that stuff under the chipset. I should have another charge for this type of repair. What do you think? Should have a different charge for this. Although the customer did kind of say, if you just need to replace the board, then do that. It's like, that will cost like $1,300 or $1,500. The board he wants is like, last time I sold it was like $1,350. The first place I saw it, where was the first place I saw it? I can't remember. Oh, we're gonna have to save these cryo sheets. Hopefully that comes off. Charge double. Yeah, if you charge double, then they won't want it fixed, but maybe that's the goal. Do you know if this conformal coating is gonna come off inside the ultrasonic cleaner and like mess up my machine? Can anyone look that up? I'm sure AI will tell you an answer. Will it be correct or not? I see another issue right here, guys. Might be. Maybe not. I was thinking this was a screw, like someone was trying to screw the heatsink in the wrong spot, but I think it's okay. So, liquid metal there. Charge double. Hazardous waste charge. Yeah, if I have to put gloves on, I'm charging more, right? Is that the trick? If you provide a warranty, then charge more. Yeah, I provide a year warranty. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know why. I think I charge too little already, and then I give too much benefits. Look at this. This is a huge pile of liquid metal underneath this. I don't know if I can fix that one. Yeah, I charge less than any other repair shop that does this, and I give a bigger warranty than any other repair shop. Because I just don't feel right charging too much, and I also don't feel right not giving a good warranty. So I just don't understand what's the balance there. What is the balance? You give a year parts and labor warranty. I mean, it hasn't come back to bite me doing that. It's only just kind of been good for my business in general, but here I'm going to use some hot air and see if I can blow that stuff out of there. There's like liquid metal underneath that chip, but it's conformal coated on there, so I can't even take it off. There, I got a big blob out. There we go, take that blob. Give me that blob. You're coming with me. Okay, if the stuff gets hot, it doesn't stick. Note to self. That laptop, no warranty. Yeah? Use a strong vacuum. People have tried that in the past. I've tried it too. It doesn't really work. I mean, I guess Tony tried it. Tony tried a vacuum. I guess he was able to get some of it up. I don't know why I say Tony's name like that. Tony. Was that an SNL skit or something? I prefer to pay more for a repair with a warranty. There you go. So then that means I should charge more. It's just like if you charge too much in general, just like, so all my repairs or my board repairs are $249, right? Which I don't know what other places charge, but I'm sure they charge $350 or more, right? But if it costs that much, then most people won't even fix their machine. because the machine's not worth that much, right? But, well, it's not worth that much to them to replace the motherboard or whatever. All right, we're just going to go with that. It looks pretty clean. Oh my gosh, this motherboard, no warranty. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm already tired of doing this. This is so much fun. We're cleaning out someone's mess. Cleaning it out. I'd rather be reading the chat. It's just hard. It's Seinfeld. Step off, George. Step off. Okay. All right. I just want to get all the major blobs out of the way, and then all the major chunks of stuff out of here. Premium models 320. Okay. Yeah, we used to have an idea to do an Alienware surcharge, because that's really what it is. Alienwares are the only ones that are really worth fixing at a higher price. So have like an Alienware surcharge and then all the rest of the models. But again, that's just pricing to price, and I don't like doing that. In general, I'm just trying to be fair with everybody. And so you win some, you lose some. As long as you're not losing more than you're winning, then you're okay, right? And if everyone knows that I'm on the up and up and not just trying to make money, that also helps too. Okay, this type of repair gets boring after a little while. How about that? Dell charges for warranties. What? Say that again, Jean-Paul. So you have a warranty, you buy the warranty, and then you have to pay for a warranty, or you buy the warranty and then you have to have the warranty that way. His cryo sheet's falling apart. Should I save it? Clean it with chlorine. I'm about to clean an ultrasonic cleaner, which will make it very clean. I'm going to take this off though. I don't really know what it is, what it does, but I'm sure he paid some good bucks for it. For an extended warranty. Sandblast that motherboard. LLM surcharge. That might be, yeah, better. Because like a normal operation would be like, you know, I would work on this for a while. If I didn't end up fixing it, is this my honey stuff? My cleaning stuff? Then I would have to charge $79 total, and that includes return shipping if they didn't want to do it. I'm going to have to take this thing off here. Does this come off with heat maybe? Rising prices bring the end, brings higher end clientele. Yeah, so that's the cure for low end. Yeah, I know what you mean now. That's like renting your house out for a lot, or renting like a Airbnb. Then you don't have to worry about getting messed up. Dude, I'm sorry I'm taking this thing off of here. I don't even know what it's like fused on here though. Okay. Can someone tell me if the PTM 7950 is not as good as this cryo sheet? So it's a graphic sheet, very fragile, so it extends and falls apart. So it's just basically a piece of metal that you're sitting across, and it breaks really easy. Well, I'm going to try to save it. I don't know. I know he just bought it. He just bought this cryo sheet, but oh my gosh, this stuff's on here too. I don't like this. Not a fan, Stan. Trust the PTM. PTM is better, as I understand. Someone, yeah, look up the specs on that. Saved another cryo sheet. No, I don't know how much I saved this thing. Let me see. I'm trying to find a plastic scribe. Make it easier to get this off, maybe. I don't know. Cryo sheet for the win. MX7 or PTM is fine. This thing comes with liquid metal because the CPU gets so freaking hot. I'm like, is this super glued on here? What in the wide world of sports? What are you people doing? What are you doing to me here? Okay. Okay. It's good. It's good. Okay, so hopefully this one's not going to be as glued on there. Or is it more glued on there? I mean, this liquid metal just chilling everywhere over here. I didn't even notice that. Look at this big blob right there. Ah, link for liquid metal remover in the chat. Did y'all find it? Okay, hey, Blackhorse has it. So, oh no, it's spilling on my desk. Oh no. So the LLM remover is, the link's in the chat. Here, I'll give it, we're gonna put it in the Twitch chat too. Although I'm getting sticky. Raph, it's making me sticky. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Okay. There you go. Twitch can have it too. All right, so if you want some of that LLM remover, go get it. We're knowing this board's done already. It wouldn't be a surprise. Read my Twitch post, Nate. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, PTM 7950 generally is better for laptops and GPUs, uneven surfaces due to ability to conform. Eliminates pop out and match liquid metal performance. Cryosheet is best for flat desktop CPUs where maximum longevity is desired without the mess of phase-changing materials. Is phase-changing materials a mess? But anyway. Okay, so the Cryosheet is actually better for desktops because it has like the aluminum plate on it versus the die itself, I'm assuming. And then the PTM is better for laptops. So Raph, when you were testing this, did you dump a bunch of liquid metal on the board? I'm kind of glad I'm wearing gloves right now because my hands are going crazy. LLM is so conformal. It's so conformal. That's what you should say. Okay, let's see. That's another piece of LLM there. Now I want to figure out a way to like wipe this off and then keep using it. That would be nice. If there's like a dabber where I can like wipe the liquid metal right here and then I go and I kind of pull that liquid metal back off of there so I can keep going. Look at that mess. Is this just muddy or is this LLM also? I think it's okay. I don't really know, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should just not even work on this. It's like I have to get all of this out of here to put it in my ultrasonic cleaner because it's just going to make a huge mess if I leave all this junk in here, you know? Damn. They spackled the motherboard. Yes, they conformal coated the whole motherboard to protect it from liquid metal. That they did protect it from, but it is everywhere and it's still on chips. So, okay, but I am losing my excitement for this. I want to diagnose something. I don't want to be a cleaner. I want to be a diagnoser. I haven't done any diagnosing except for just finding liquid metal. No! Look what happened. Oh. Okay, this is the only problem. Let's see if I can touch this stuff without getting sticky. Look, I accidentally put my hand on the wrapper and it squirted out on the desk. And my hands are like sticking together. I'm getting glued together. I can't move with all this stuff on me. Okay. Let me blow this out of the way. Oh, man. Oh, gross. Can I quit? I want to quit. Patience over rubber gloves. I think we're going to raw dog this straight into the ultrasonic cleaner at this point. So I'm pulling all these pads off of here. We're going raw dog fast. Gotta get these pads off. Gotta get these pads off. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the cryo sheet on there. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. Maybe they'll stay on there. Maybe it will stay cryoed onto that. What do you think? Brush everywhere. What is this? I still want to see what this is over here. See, I mean, that's liquid damage. I don't see how you shake it. That's definitely liquid damage, and this resistor looks sus right there. So y'all keep an eye on, or just remember that. We'll do it at the end. So those two pads are touching together right there. Yeah. This is all... Hooray! You know, I don't get that many liquid damage machines. Thank the baby Jesus for that. So y'all just remember which one that is. We'll probably change that resistor out later if we have issues. This is a daughter board anyway, so it's not really required. This is probably just going to make the sound not work, or the network port or something like that. This is horrible. Horrible, horrible. All right, what else did you want me to do? I can't remember now. You said to do something. Let's take it to the pressure washer to it. Let me get this fury out of here. How much are we packing? There is 32 gigabytes. Probably a 32. What do you think? Looks like a 32. So 64 gigs of RAM. I would say that's a plethora. Pressure washer and isopropyl. So you want me to isopropyl it first before we ultrasonic cleaner it? I guess we can do that. It needs an exorcist. Laptop from hell. Needs an exorcism. All right, let me take this fan off. This is a mess. My desk is a mess. Scalpel. I don't even want to touch my screwdriver. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Let me clean this up real quick. And then I'm going to take my gloves off. So I'm going to set this aside for right now. And we'll put it in a very nice spot. Stuff is perfect though. It works pretty darn good. I think we need some sort of applicator that, so you dip it in there and then you go and wipe it and then you wipe it somewhere else. That's what it needs to be. But where am I going to put this thing? Where are you going to be? You're going to be right there. That's your new home. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, my hands are brand new. Pet Cemetery. Well, that's the worst. I just heard somebody. There's nobody here. I'm here by myself and I just heard something right behind me. So if you see somebody walking up behind me, just let me know. Please, please. The doors are locked, I'm hoping. Sometimes people they forget to lock the doors and I'm here. People walk in. What's all over my hands? So this is the liquid metal cleaning stuff. It's sticky, and then you put it on your Q-tip and you use it to clean the liquid metal off that's leaked everywhere. All right, so we're gonna take these guys off. And our ultrasonic cleaner is hot. It's hot, but let's do an alcohol bath on this first. Just to make everyone happy. Oh, my toothbrush is all sticky. Suspiciously sticky. Oh gosh. Okay. Alcohol bath. Here we go. So this is a 99% alcohol. I actually just stumbled upon it. It comes in an aerosol, so it actually has kind of a pressure to it, which I kind of like. And you can kind of just spray her down and scrub it. So we're just trying to get all the main junk off first, and then we're going to actually do the real cleaning inside the machine. And we'll see how clean it ends up. We'll exercise the demon. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gross. Stuff's gross. Look at, I can already see this pile of stuff dumping in here. RAM pads come off? Oh. No, they didn't. Here they are. Thank you. This is my least favorite part about ultrasonic cleaning something is like all the freaking prep work. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just threw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm like, yeah, that means you have to disassemble the entire thing, take every sticker off, and try to work it into this machine, which doesn't take that long to clean it. And then you have to do alcohol baths and displacing of the water and then drying it, and it's a lot of stuff. Okay. It's probably good enough for right now. LLM demon. Carol Ann, go to the light. Don't go into the light. I changed my mind. See, the thing is that these are BGA chips. All sorts of stuff's going underneath these chips, I can tell already. Okay. All right. I hope the next one's in 20 minutes. Okay, yeah, this will take 2 minutes on each side inside the ultrasonic cleaner, and then it will take a couple minutes to dry it and do all that stuff, and then we'll be good to go. Let me see if I can get a camera on there. I can't get my wide angle working. Let me see if I can get the wide angle to start now. I'm gonna start this other camera up. Gives you another angle. I don't know why it doesn't want to start. What is going on here? Okay, let me reset this camera. Okay. Try that again. I don't know why it doesn't want to start. All right, let me just use my cell phone and I'll cast it over there. Or I can use this cell phone. What you got? What you got? What you got? Contact cleaner is flammable at 220. Set it on fire. I'll not tell you how I know how. Yes, I don't want to know how. That's freaking scary. Yeah. All that stuff is super flammable. Let's view. And I'm going to cast my cell phone over so you guys can see the camera over there. If I can get it to show up. Sorry, I'm just having issues here. Having issues. I'm having multiple issues actually, because I should be able to make it work pretty flawlessly. Let me reboot the app. All right. Charge $300 for the toothbrush. That's what I should do. Just charge $300, that will do it. You missed a thermal pad next to the GPU. Let's see, this thing is fused. I guess it'll come off. It was actually like glued on there, that's why I didn't take it off. Why is this not showing up now? It's weird. Okay, I don't know why none of this stuff is working. Let me try this camera. I'm having all sorts of camera issues, and luckily I have like 12 cameras set up here, so it makes it a little bit easier. See if that one's going to show up. Okay. Well, then we'll do this. I'm just going to use this guy, my little pointer, my little friend, and we'll have to do whatever we can to make it show up. So I will put it on split view, I think, is the only view that I have that has the shot. Or maybe I can go to a full screen on that. Menu. There we go. Now we're cooking with bacon. There we go. We're going to use that camera. And it's not very long though. So the ultrasonic cleaner's over here. That's what I'm trying to point out. That's all I'm trying to do is show you this, but I can't get the other camera. I had another camera set up that actually goes and points at it. So very useless, this whole thing that I'm trying to show you. But all right, so you can kind of see it. This is it right here. This is my BGA machine. Look at this out of the way. What are we dinging? What are we dinging? Don't break your ultrasonic. Well, you're right. Totally could. Okay. All right, so everyone can see this, right? Kind of. There's like the lighting's all off. Hey, that's better. There you go. All right, so this is super hot already. And I'm just going to put the board in sideways. And I already have cleaner in here. Actually, I'm going to put it, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put it that way. So this board's too big for this, actually. You see how it's sticking out like this? So that means that I have to do it multiple ways, which is fun. So I just kind of let it sit out like that when I had to do that. So I'll have to put it out like multiple times. Where's my timer? So we're doing 2 minutes each side. So we're gonna do 4 ways, all right? So we're gonna do it this way, then we'll do this way, then we'll flip it over and do this way, and then do that way. I got my timer, there we go. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I haven't seen what you're saying in a while here. Okay, burn a hole in the board where the chip's missing. Yeah, so the chip missing, we're gonna have to deal with that later. I'm not super concerned with it right this second because the thing kind of did turn on in a way, I guess. And it sounded like it booted the Windows, so I think that's just the GPU. Starting to feel like the Blair Witch Project. Oh, what, I wanted to do that scene where it's like, what did she say? I can't remember, but she had all the snot coming out of her nose. That was a funny scene. Not funny, but whatever. Double dipping. You dip your chip and you end it. Don't fall in, don't fall in. So it sounds like the ultrasonic cleaner really sounds like a this weird electrical sound. It's really strange. It sounds like something's like arcing across the room. We got 48 seconds left. Or maybe I started this a little late, so maybe we'll say 30 seconds. And so yeah, it's almost piercing. I don't know how well y'all can hear it, but It's a relaxing white noise. You can fall asleep to this. So this is one of the higher end ones. This is a Crest machine. And so the Crest machines have this pulsing area where it kind of pulses up and it runs through all the frequencies and then back down, all the frequencies and back down. You can set it where it's just on one frequency the whole time, but I see dead boards. I like that. That's good. Set the timer for 5 hours. Okay, so we're at, okay, it's time. So we're gonna flip it, rotisserie style. Oop, stop it. So now I'm just gonna take the board and I'm gonna lean it the other direction, like that, and it'll do it again. And I'll restart my timer. Northridge fix on line 1, Nate. He's calling me right now. Hello, hello. He doesn't use phones. He only does email on everything. Everything's a canned message. Then you can press air it. So yeah, what I do is then I'll put it back in my blue bin here and I'll do a whole alcohol bath on it. Displace as much water as possible. Then I'll use my blower, try to blow out all the alcohol off of it. Then I'll usually do another alcohol bath and then another blow, and then I'll heat it, dry it with the hot air station, and then it should be good to go. You know, only that. Wait until it's crispy. I have you have a 50 liter ultrasonic cleaner. What? That's cray. It sounds like an ionizer. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. High frequency vibrations. Maybe the motherboard is just gonna be a clean fix. That would be, well, yeah, because there's so much liquid metal on the board. I mean, we're gonna have to replace that one chip, but I wonder how well it's gonna look. So the video I filmed 2 days ago was one where it was like a horror show. It went to another repair shop and they did a bunch of stuff to it. And so I had to rebuild the whole board. Like the board looked really bad. I rebuilt the whole board, replaced all these parts, and then ultrasonic cleaned it. And so the board looked brand new at the end. The board still didn't work. So it was just a waste of time. So, you know, spend 4 or 5 hours on something, you know, and then have to charge 79 bucks and return shipping and pay for the return shipping. So I got 50 bucks. And then for my 5 hours of time. So I made 10 bucks an hour. Hooray. Tippy toe, tippy toe. Tippy toe. That's a good one. That's a deep cut right there. Tippy toe is another scene from Seinfeld where it was it's their caca. It's kind of like, hey, if you hear me saying something, that means you need to help me get out of this. All right, time to rotate it again. Tippy toe, tippy toe. They were like at a party or something, I think, right? So now I'm going to turn the board over, face it this way, laces out. Ooh, the water looks a weird color. I wish I had the cameras long enough to be able to show you. Oh, gotta turn it back on. Okay. You could use an alcohol bath. That's what we're going to do afterwards. The board's getting some more love. Oh, I bet it's changing color because of that conformal coating's all coming off, because that's a weird color in there now. Did you make the reference to the skit from The State when, yes. 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 That's right. That's right. I want to dip my in it. And then they had like that pimp machine or whatever oh yeah. It was such a weird show, The State, if y'all never saw it. So how are you gonna get to see how dirty this ultrasonic cleaner is? Let me see if I can. God, why is this? I want to see if I can get my camera connected. I don't know why it's not doing the connection here. Connected. I'm on the Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's not showing up. I just don't. What's reading the voltage and current in my videos? This is going to be the device that I made off to the side here. I'll show you, but it's just a current sensor thingy. Here, let me grab one. There you go. It's just one of these I bought on Amazon in a 3D printed box or case that I made, and I have plans on Thingiverse. If you just search for Dell Power Box, Dell Power Meter, You can buy this on Amazon. I have links in the video. Wait. Well, anyway, on Thingiverse, I have links to this device, but then you run the wires through here, and then you have to have a DC jack on the back, but it's just a 3D printed case. It allows you to do it, and I just put a camera in front of it. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Tootie, tootie, tookie, tookie. Okay, one more rep of this. One more rep. Ooh, it's looking gross. I guess I can take a picture. Okay. Yeah, take a picture of the water with your phone and then show us on the camera. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Oh, that would be smart. That would be smart. Festivus for the rest of us. Where we air our grievances. I got a lot of problems with you. Reminds me of the end of K9 with the Widowmaker. Just clean it. I haven't seen that in forever. That's a long time ago. I have flashbacks watching that. Have you ever tried turning it off and on again? You time how you time has to be worth more than it's a hobby. Sorry, that sentence was hard for me to read. Yes, my time is worth more than a hobby. Caw-caw, caw-caw, evolution, thank you. Yes, I mean, but like I said, you win some and you lose some. That's the same thing in the entire business, right? So I sell a lot of parts. It's like my big business of mine, and so I buy a lot of parts from Dell, semis and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I can't even sell. So I'll buy buy 10,000 parts or something, right? There's a lot of parts that I couldn't pay someone to take because there's no need for it. Nobody wants that part, and so that's a total loss, 100% loss. But there's plenty of parts that do sell, and so I make money on those. So those have to offset all the other ones. So it's always a win-lose stuff. I mean, there's plenty of laptops that we work on that take 5, 6, 7 hours to fix, and I'm paying a technician, money to fix that, and he's getting paid by the hour, and that means I'm negative because it's $129 for him to fix it, and that includes return shipping, so $100 basically. So basically $100 is not even enough to pay his salary at that point for that repair. But then you have the ones that take 30 minutes or an hour or whatever to fix, and then you're good to go. All right, that's why the repair business is crazy. All right, so let me get this out. We'll wipe it off or dip it. I want to dip it in this bin. Okay, so we got her back in here. Let's get a picture of what we're looking at. It's pretty gross. I'm trying to film it. Okay. Sorry I wasn't able to show it to you. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. All right, so I'll pull up my videos here. Put it right there. Is it gonna play? I can't tell. There it is. See how dirty that is? Anyway, pretty gross. Pretty gross stuff. It's supposed that's not the color it's supposed to be, by the way. All right, so we're gonna clean this. All right, so I'm gonna use some 99% alcohol here. And I'm going to clean this toothbrush off. We were just using it a second ago, but I want to rub it on a paper towel to make sure we got all the stuff off of it. Take a picture, I want a picture. All right, so I'm just going to go through and do this. And what the purpose of using isopropyl after this is because we have it in distilled water mixed with a cleaning solution, and we just want to get all the water out of all the crevices. And so we just want to displace the water. And then what I like to do is make sure we get it down behind the chips. There we go. Okay. All right, now I'm going to blow it. And I put the blower I use is that Metrovac blower. And I have a link in the video description for that too, because the people are always asking for what I use for all these things. That's why I'm always saying it's in the video descriptions, because if I didn't say that, then they're going to be messaging me, where do you get that? So this is the Metrovac. And just blow it off like that. You got to work it down and work behind the chip to try to get all that liquid out of there. You like the party lights, huh? All right, just make sure we get it behind the chips really good. The main thing. All right. Okay. Gotta have my party lights, man. All right, I'm just gonna do it once. I'm not gonna do 2 baths. I think it's okay. Oh, the Joker. The Joker. Oh, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of cleaning. Oops. Darn it. What is this message just on my screen here? I cannot get rid of it. Aha, okay. Okay. Okay, let's take a quick gander around it. We're gonna heat it too, because we just need to dry it off a little bit more, but I just want to take a quick look and see what it looks like now. You excited? So the board looks pretty nice and clean. That still has some junk on it. That chip got really nice and clean there. That's the one that had all that stuff on there. Check R451 for liquid damage. R521. Where was R521 at? Was that? Because we need to fix this one for sure. Oh, liquid damage. Right. Thank you. So that's going to be this one. Yeah, look how messed up that is. Let's see if this is blown. So that's reading 0 or open, but let's just put it in resistance mode and see what it says in resistance mode. 10K, let me try again. 11K, 12K going up. I don't know. That could be correct or could not be correct, for all I know. But it's not going to keep the thing from turning on, so we could deal with that later or address it later. And that actually might even go to, it looks like there's some firmware chips here that aren't populated, so that could even be for whenever they were using that for flashing, like this NIC originally or something like that. So I just want to look around everywhere else. So there's our EC chip, there's our BIOS chip right there. I think we did see some liquid metal around here, and that's all gone. This is going to be our 3 volt and our 5 volt power rails. That's the controller chip for that. And I don't even know what these power rails are. It may go to the CPU also. They may be all tied together. I can't remember. I am interested just to see if the screen works now. LCD fuse, yeah, we'll go through and check all those actually. That's a good point. So this LCD fuse here, we tested it earlier already and it was fine. So that was fine, but we did have like gunk there, so I was thinking that that's probably what the cause was. But let's see if we have, because these also blow right here, and this one does too. So, and then this chip will go out too. But that's usually, if this one goes out, we get a 2.7, not a 2.8. If this one goes out, we get a 2.8 usually. And that's all the LCD circuit is on that side. That's it. That's all we got to work with. All right, let's just post it on the bench, I guess. Looks much better, but that's not saying much. I like that. So let's just post it on the bench. I'm not even going to install it. We'll just put a screen on it, put the heatsink on it. What we got to figure out is how we want to. I'm just going to put some Arctic silver. I guess this is probably okay. Guess that's probably okay. The GPU is not really going to turn on right now, so I'm not that worried about it. We just want to make sure the CPU stays cool. But I don't want to put a bunch of that stuff on there, on Arctic silver on top of that if he's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to talk to him about these cryo sheets. We're going to have a cryo sheet conversation. What in the happened to this board? Why is it blue? It's conformal coating. He was waterproofing the board. He was protecting it from all the liquid metal he was putting on it. I see how you troubleshoot. It makes me miss working. People that just know based on their symptoms. When I worked a lot, it was easy, but politics killed it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, every day working on it, working on stuff, and you're always kind of building up different knowledge things, but you're still trying to follow the clues, right? Go down that rabbit hole of clues. And sometimes they're straightforward and sometimes they're not. I don't like how thick this pad is that was put here, but I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. We'll fix all the pads later. This heatsink's sometimes hard to line up. Where are the screw holes? There we go. All right, anything else? He still needs to replace the blown IC, but that's for the GPU. So that's why I'm not concerned with it right this second. That's going to be for the GPU. So we're going to have a GPU error of some sort. The Smurfs are back. User error. Well, this is user over. Well, I don't know. He was very forward. I don't know how to say it. Innovative. He's very innovative. I have a feeling this laptop was used on a boat or something. That's what I think. And if Sean was here, he would tell us. Inject 120 volts AC into it. You're scaring me now. You're scaring me. Ultrasonic clean the heatsink. I don't think that's a good idea, actually, because the bearings will get all messed up. I ultrasonicked a keyboard one time, and that was no bueno. Let me make sure there's no liquid under this. I didn't check that. There's a sticker here still. Yeah, it was okay. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Got that stick of RAM. Just one stick of RAM will do. And everything becomes a mess whenever I'm doing live streams because I just start throwing stuff around. This one. It's more informal coating. Oh, that's so good. Now that's a good one. I like it. I like that one. Informal coating. I need a DC jack too, don't I? I don't have a DC jack. I don't know if I have one in my bag of jacks. I don't have one in my bag of jacks, I tell you. Where's Wes? Where's Wes? Wes needs to come down. He was supposed to come down to visit. He's only up the road from me. Wes is one of our newest mods. Oh yeah, so we ended up with, for the last stream, I think we got up to 750 likes by the end of the stream. But I don't know where we at right now. I'm going to plug this in and get that going, because that will take a while for it to boot up. If it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not, it's not. So we're at 1,171 viewers, which is good. And then Twitch has about 84. Twitch has been slacking lately. You know what? It's because I am in just chatting. Maybe I should move back over to science and technology. Premise, I was experimenting with putting us in just chatting on Twitch instead, because that's what Joey does tech. That's what the category he uses. And so I was just trying that out, and I don't know if it does any better. Can I move us in there right now while we're going? Let's see. Science and technology. There's only 458 viewers in science and technology right now, but maybe they'll be more likely to jump in. All right, so I just moved us in there. So we're in science and technology now. Okay, so we're at 400 likes. So, so while this is booting up, everyone just kind of, click that like button. We'll see how fast that can jump up to 600 or 700, since we have a bunch of people in there. Batteries unplugged. We don't need the battery on this machine to power on, as long as we have a big enough charger. I have a 330 watt charger plugged in. So, and then we need our music in order for us to get the win here. Just chatting worked, never seen your stream until today. Okay, well, cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, so we do this twice a week, Sunday mornings and 9 a.m. Central Time, and then Wednesday evenings. And so just doing live motherboard repair, and usually I'm in science and technology, but the population is a lot less in there, so I'm just kind of playing around with different categories. This is going to take a while for it to get up there. And you see how the wattage is low? It's because we don't have a battery plugged in, so that's why it's at 50. Post a Discord link. All you have to do is do !Discord, and then you'll get the Discord link. Nathan, can I ask where you're starting? How to start from the beginning. I've been watching for a while and learned a lot, and I want to try to transfer from a beginner to have people watch your journey. And do you have any advice? So the main thing that you should do is just watch all these videos, and then you got to somehow, practice with it by either buying bad machines or broken stuff or whatever, and try to tinker with it. But all the stuff I learned on my own, right? So it's kind of one of those things where you're gaining knowledge, and if you have a passion for it, we'll keep following up on it. And so if I watch a YouTube video and I found value in there, or even if it's just one little spot in there, you either keep a journal, or I always just kind of save it to a playlist, and so then I can go back and watch that video. But you're gonna always get a little tidbit, and you're like, oh, there's a missing power rail, But if I just inject the voltage in that power rail and then try to turn the laptop on, it turns on. I didn't know you could do that. And so you figuring out that it's like, oh, it's just looking for this power rail and it's missing, and then you just make the power rail work. That's just a tidbit of information you didn't know before, right? And so there's like little things like that that you're kind of, you'll learn over time from different videos and stuff. And then so you just need to kind of write that down and be like, maybe the 5-minute mark, there's some valuable thing. Anyway, just build those things up, and then you need to apply it. So it needs to be applied. And screen's not working. So it should have posted by now. It did jump to that 1.5 amp, or 150 watts, and then it did not give no picture. So let's do some measuring finally. Let's do something, some real work. Some real work. Look, we jumped up to 97 users or viewers on Twitch when we went to the science and technology. That's good. All right, so there's really not much we can measure over here. Look at all that, though. Look at the back of that connector. And then the connector itself, we at least are using our test screen, but the connector itself seems tight enough. You still have a blown chip, yeah, premise, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can go change that. I'm thinking that that doesn't have anything to do with it, but you might be right. I'm thinking that that is just for the NVIDIA graphics card, but yeah, you might be right. It's unrepairable, move on. All right, should we just replace that chip and then test? Okay, let's do that. Hey, we got a new tier 1 sub for 3 months, or it's a renewal, I'm assuming. Thank you. Thank you, Razar. Not the one that pests. Wait. You're not a pest. Come on and give it some pressure. Give it the pressure, man. Nathan, what's the most worst thing what you said to a customer? That I've said to a customer? I don't know, because I don't say bad things to customers for the most part. Breaking bad news to a customer, maybe. The thing is, like, there's always going to be unrealistic or customers that are hard to manage in general. And so we have a policy here is to basically just, if the customer thinks that we did something wrong and it was our fault, then that's what they think. And so there's no point in like trying to argue with them. And so usually we just say, okay, well, if they feel like we did them wrong, then we take care of them. That's it. And it's not even worth the battle. And we usually, we'll refund their money or whatever it is. So I remember years and years ago, I did get in some sort of yelling match with a customer. This is probably like in 2008 or something. And I at the end, I was like, look, I don't want your business. You're not the type of customer I want. And so that's kind of like would be the worst thing that I said. Is like, I don't want you as a customer. But for the most part, we just make all the customers happy, which is an easy policy. Every customer service person I've had that has worked here, they'll be like, you have the easiest policy that I've ever dealt with. So, all right, so we have a pad issue. You can't see. All right, so here's what we're working on. We do have a chip that is blown right here. It's blowed up. We have this capacitor that's come off. The pad is gone here, but we do have something to solder to right there, so we're going to scrape away that. We'll solder it sideways. We'll replace this chip. I don't know what it goes to. I was assuming it actually goes to this NVIDIA card or the VRAM or something like that, right? So I was thinking that it doesn't matter, but it could matter. And since we're trying to get stuff figured out, we'll go ahead and replace it. So let's get it removed. Have I fired a customer? Yes, I've fired a customer for sure. You're self-taught, no engineering degree. So I went to, 7th grade was the furthest I went in school, and then I did 6 months at a at a high school for a little bit, and then I did my GED when I was 16, right as I turned 16 or 17 or whenever you can take it. And then I went to ITT Tech and did that for 2 years. And so I have an associate's degree in electronic engineering, but that was like old, like 90s tech. It didn't teach me any of this stuff, I can tell you that. I understand basic, like Ohm's law and stuff from that. And then I started my business when I was 21, right out of that. And so I've been doing this 24 years or 25 years or whatever it is. So self-taught is the answer, yes. But this type of training, I don't know if there's a class you can take. You have to want to do it and go and seek out the information. Your mom went to ITT Tech? Well, did you know ITT Tech closed down for defrauding customers? And all their degrees were trash. And I mean, it was a joke. Yeah, I had like a 3.9. I had the highest GPA you could get, basically perfect. And I didn't even try because everything was on a curve, and everybody who went there didn't really know what they were doing anyway, so they just graded everybody on a curve. All right, so we're going to use the brand new 559, Omega 559. Where's it at? Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh, here it is. So here's the newest edition of the Blackhorse 559. I'm going to try that out. I just got it a couple hours ago, so I haven't even tried it yet. Alright, so we do have a problem. So the chip is coming off, but the pad is kind of messed up. Let me get this out of the way. Come on. No, don't break that. Oh. Also didn't like high school. Had GED at 17, quit high school, went straight into community college. Yep, that's kind of the way it works. And then I didn't have money for like real college, so I grew up real poor, so it wasn't like there was an option like, oh, you get to go to college. All right, so we have some problems here, guys. I'll try to fix this here. I was accused of stealing customers' Wi-Fi passwords. Allegedly stealing customers' Wi-Fi passwords. Right? Try to fix this feng shui here. All right, so this is really messed up, people. I don't want to do this. So this is the type of repair where you're like, I don't want to work on this anymore. We could talk about it, but just can't tell what you can see or not see, but okay. How well can we see this? Okay, so this is where the chip is supposed to be. All right, so we have 4 pads here, 4 pads here. Supposed to have 4 pads here. This pad ripped off, but it connects there, so that can be rebuilt. Then we have the 4 pads here. 3 of them are together. These are all weld balls. These are actual pieces of metal that went molten. And then here's the last pad here. So we need to somehow get these ground down, back down to a pad, or we just rip this whole pad off and then rebuild the whole pad, which I'd rather not have to do. And then this one right here at least has something, but we have to grind these down or cut them off or something. Look how, see how it wants to rock around like that? I need better glasses. I'm gonna take a break. Take a break, man. This is not fun. It's not fun. Where'd my green drink go? Here we go. Gotta drink some green drink. It's just, is it worth continuing, people? I feel like I want to set this off to the side and move on so we can actually do something fun, because this, yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild that, and I have plenty of videos where we rebuild stuff like that, but it's just nice tea break. This is Michael Bolton Farms. Are you kidding me? When a man loves a woman. Does Michael Bolton own this farm? That'd be funny. Not worth to continue. Just move on. Skip to the next one. Cut your losses. Seinfeld reference. I'm tired of shaking. You have to shake everything. Try some Jamaican Appleton rum. I actually have some at home. 3 more days, 4 more days, or whatever it is. Save that for tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bench this one, and then I'll call the customer and we'll have a chat tomorrow. He wants another motherboard anyway. He doesn't really care. He has an insurance policy that is supposed to cover this anyway. So, okay. We should change the policy, no conformal coding. I've never even seen conformal coding on a laptop before. Nobody's ever done this before to me. That's why I thought it would be pretty fun. Now, if I would have done this in a video, I'm glad I kind of did it in a live stream, because the video would have went nowhere and it would have been a waste of time too. So, this is why I voted for no power rail, for the power rail issue. That's right. Okay, so are we good to move on? Just press 1 in chat if you want to move on, and press 2 if you want to stay on this board. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 to move on. Oh yeah, look at them fly. Sam? Sam, what are you smoking? Oh, and we got Jason, Sam, JMP, and then somebody did a 42. You mean 6'7". Giggity, 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 giggity. Okay, all right. There's enough ones. There's the 6'7". West for the win. Okay, let me collect all this stuff up. Title's already updated. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, we gotta pack all this stuff up though. Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to rhyme, metal of me, that's a sin. You guys know the words to that song? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna collect all these pads into a big ball, apparently. I'm gonna redo all these pads too. I'm not happy with this. This is the type of situation when you have this much damage, you almost just like buy another machine for parts that's a good one and part it out. That's what I end up doing sometimes, where I'm like, okay, well, I'll just get another laptop. Let's just do that. 6.7 is the new 520. 420, you mean. Okay, we need to clean that up, clean that up. I'm gonna clean my desk off too, because that's how I like to start fresh. Start fresh. And these are all sticky. We got a good amount of people here. 1,250 people want to see me fix something. I think we're getting close to a limit, or the highest that we've gotten up to. I think 1,400 is what our highest turnout is on the YouTube stream. Still not too shabby. What did we get our likes up to? That just cracked me up. Charge him for the motherboard, more for the motherboard. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to make back something somewhere. Okay, we're at 500. So does that mean the 1,200 people that are watching right now, all 1,200 of you liked it and we only got 500 likes? That's weird. Something weird about that. Math is hard. Math is hard. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Do I have to glove up for this one? All right, which one was it? It was a M17R5. Please do not factory reset, so I can set up a new account. Wait, please do a factory reset. Okay, so they want a factory reset done too. All right, so there's the customer's notes. This is all the detail I get. It's all the detail I need. All right. So 2.3 means RAM error, RAM failure. If it was a 2.4, no wait, 2.3, what is it? Wait, 2.4 is RAM failure, 2.3 is RAM missing. Is that right? Somebody look that up. M17R5 light codes. Actually, I can do it. Why am I being so lazy? Don't be so lazy, Nathan. R5 light codes. All right, so 2, 3. So 2 red, 3 blue is no memory or RAM, and then 2, 4 is failure. So we don't want either one of those. All right. Empty the screw bowl, dude. Thank you. There you go. I got a plethora of these screw bowls now. I just keep buying them and making more. Screw bowl, screw bowl, screw bowl. I love it. Thank you. You guys are so helpful. All right. Let's do it. All right, new day and another laptop that needs to be saved. This time we have an Alienware M17R5. Man, I'm seeing a lot of these. So this one was actually sent in because it was giving a 2.3 error, which is a RAM failure. No, wait, RAM missing error code. So I haven't taken a look at this yet. Let's take a look together and see if we can get this figured out. So I've been seeing a lot of M17R5s. It's the Ryzen edition. I mean, a lot. I probably worked on, I don't know, 10 this week. Or something crazy. I don't know. So I don't know if it's just like the time for them to start failing, but the issue about these is like the problem I'm having, none of them are the same problem. So they're all failing in weird ways. Just in every single one of them is all different. So top class intro, thanks. It's like I just switch it on. Just switch it on. But the thing is I'm making it up in the back of my head, so I'll have to be back there. I'm like freestyling it out of my head. All right, so let's just see. The first thing I want to do is see if it turns on. Press the power button. And we got nothing happening. So let's plug in the charger and see. Keep an eye on the power meter right there. Pulling 0.03, 0.04. All right, so I'm going to press the power button. And so it jumps up to about 20 watts for a second. Goes down to 15 watts, 14 watts. Now, we should start getting a lot higher wattage than that, and we're going straight into a blink code. So we're looking for the red first, so we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's a 2.3 error, like predicted by the customer. So we will have to open up the bottom and take a look inside. Never do a job that you're not in the mood to do. It leads to regret. That's a haiku. Is that a note you put on your door, or you read that message every morning to yourself? Not happy at all. That Sam's not happy. That song is going through my head now. Quick fix. Bad memory module will move on. That would be funny. But this, I had my gatekeeper look at this first, so there's always going to go to another repair tech first that deems it a bad motherboard. But that's not to say that this is actually one that we looked at for a short period of time, so it wasn't like it went to the regular queue. I was like, hey, I need some repairs for the live stream, so he just went and kind of dug through them real quick. So, so we do have 2 sticks of RAM in here. Battery is unplugged, so we're going to do our little play around with it. And what do we got? How much gold do we have here? How much gold? Gold. So our RAM prices are through the roof, and we have 16 giggers. So we have a pair of 32 gigs right there. So $300, $400 worth of RAM. Call it a day. Now this laptop's in very, very good condition. We can take a quick look around. We have the main battery here. It is OEM. I just took the RAM out, but there's 2 memory slots. This one is populated. There's the Wi-Fi card. The fans look perfectly clean. This is what I've been seeing on these machines. They've been coming in perfectly clean. Perfectly clean. And having issues. So I don't like them. So I'm going to grab just a test stick of memory because I'm not going to deal with their memory. We're going to try that slot. See what error we're getting. Bad cap on the RAM? Could be. I haven't seen it on this model before, though. It's not the same as the M17 or M18R1 that has that all the time. 15 watts, 13 watts. Note to self, don't buy an M17R5. Yes, the Ryzen edition. Do not buy the Ryzen, which I think those only come in Ryzen edition, actually. Yes, never, ever, ever buy this model. Okay, we got the error again. We'll move over to the other slot. It could be a defective slot, just one of them, but hello from Florida, welcome. Unplug the LED to power the button, power button. So going straight into it again? Yep. But is it giving 2.4 or 2.3 this time? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, still 2.3. Okay. All right, what's the problem, people? So we've already tried a new stick of RAM, and we tried 1 in each slot. What's wrong? I'm waiting. So the M16 or M18 are the ones that had the power rail failures on the RAM, but not the M17R5s. The problem is it's bad. 5-volt coil, so I don't know where the 5-volt coil is. There's a 5-volt coil on the other side of the board, so we can't really do anything over here. We can take a look over here, a gander. I would start with, let's see if anybody names it real quick. Let's see. Memory, voltage, check voltage to the RAM. I like that, Tessa. Voltage checks. So if the RAM is not detected, the RAM is probably not getting voltage, right? That's one thing to think about. And what could cause the RAM not to get voltage? Short on the board. If we had a 5-volt short, hopefully it would be a separate 5-volt short, because then the board wouldn't come on. We wouldn't have any power otherwise if it was a separate 5-1. One thing to try that I go straight to, my next thing would be, let's unplug some stuff and see if we get anything different. You're newly deaf in the left ear. Oh, Wes is, huh? Let's see. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the SSD, I'm going to take out the Wi-Fi card, I'm going to unplug these guys right here, and then we're just going to test one more time. And then it's not going to be power management chip because that's the charging chip. And so we need to figure out if we have something pulling that circuit low, and what shares it. Could be the SSD or the Wi-Fi card. So that's why I think about that stuff. So I'm just going to pull that out of here. Fuse, open circuit somewhere. Probably not a fuse. I don't think I've ever seen a fuse for the RAM. But it could be. The fuses are just so like never happen. Although this model does have fuses that blow for the screen all the time. The most common issue with this one is a screen fuse. Missing power rail is probably what is happening, but what would cause the missing power rail is the next question, right? Okay. All right, and so again, was 2.3 missing RAM and 2.4 was RAM failure? I can't remember. Which way is it? All right, so we're getting 2.3, which is no RAM. And so what happens if we don't put RAM in there? Do we still get no RAM? Let's check that too. That's another thing to check. So right now I don't have any of this stuff plugged in. I just want to see if it does anything different with no RAM in there. All we're doing is collecting clues, just seeing if it does anything different each time. Just checking the wattage, see if it jumps up. It's going to have less watts because we don't have the hard drive plugged in, or the SSD, or the Wi-Fi card. So now we're doing 10 watts, and going straight to that again. Okay. No memory detected, and the memory failure is the other one. So I'm going to keep using my memory because it's mine, and I love it. Nice logic. I mean, there's plenty of ways to skin the cat on this one, but, you know, we'll see. All right, so went straight to it again, right? All right, so at this point, what can we do? It's still not working. Everything's unplugged. So we've eliminated the fact that it can't be one slot or the other. We've eliminated that it's RAM. We've eliminated that it's something plugged into the motherboard because there's nothing else plugged in the motherboard besides the speakers, which wouldn't do it, and then the power button board, which wouldn't do it either. So what else can we do before we take out the motherboard? Mine. 2.3, you are poor. Many ways to skin a cat, that's right. Which, I like a bad cap on the RAM. It's bad pin? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I just fixed a video. I did a video a couple days ago. Yeah, all these videos I'm talking about, I just filmed them. And so who knows when it was gonna come out. The entire area right here, all the pins were smashed down and I bent them back up and it worked. Shh, don't tell anybody because you're going to see it in the video and you're going to be really surprised. But because I just told you, now you're not going to be surprised. I'm really bad at giving secrets out. Maybe this thing's covered in conformal coating or informal coating. Check for shorts on the thermal camera. Okay, I like that. So we're only pulling 10 watts, so we're not going to have too much heat. But yes, we could definitely check that. I like that. So let me get this back cover off, and then we will do the thermal camera, I think, next. Except the thermal camera is not connecting to the freaking computer. What is up with this program? If I can get this thing connected. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys the thermal camera because for some reason the program is not. I have this program called Let's View, which is my screencasting program that casts my camera, my thermal camera phone view to the computer, and that's not working. So I got to think about what I'm going to do here. Okay, got that on. I know, you could just take my word for it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Let me get this off of here. We need this shield off of here so we can actually see better. How can I kill that program and reload it? I don't understand why it's not working. Do I have a firewall that's blocking it? Can I scan the QR code? Okay. This is just a shield. There we go. And the shield is off. Okay, I can't see the chat right now because I have this pulled up. Did you unplug the bata? The battery's unplugged. It's been unplugged the whole time. Burn smell. There's no burn smell. Marty McFly says it's the flux capacitor. No bent pins since it's a 2.3, which is unpopulated. Connect the thermal to the phone. I mean, and then that's why I'm going to have it on my phone. Let me see if you guys are going to be able to see it. Let me reboot this program real quick. Again. Let's see, exit the program. Exit. Maybe it's open twice. You know how sometimes stupid programs aren't closed all the way? Let me see if it's in here twice. Let's view. Do we have a ghost process somewhere? Nope, I don't have a ghost process running. I was using this earlier today, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be working. Okay, enter passkey. Let's see if this works. It's dead. Passkey, okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. I think I figured out a workaround. So let's see if I can get this going. Let's do this. Wait. Uno momento, por favor. Receive a screen. Good. Receive it. Good. Hey, it's working. Bob is your uncle. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry for that small commercial break. Let's see if we can get this thing to load. He's totally out of control, man. Some of these tracks are louder than others. Seems so loud sometimes to me. Of course, it's not loading. Let's see what you're gonna say now. 8-ball magic diagnosing tips. Oh, look at psychedelic. Look how psychedelic it is. Of course, this is what happens whenever my casting program thinks it's open twice. The compression gets really whacked out. Okay, I'm gonna relaunch it one more time, just so for everyone's enjoyment. Just hold the power button for 30 seconds. It will work. Yeah, that's right. You're a big fan of MST3K fans. I don't know. I don't know. Not familiar. Yeah, this is all whacked out. I don't know. I'm about to freak out. Everything's falling apart, people. It's because I have 1,330 people watching. That's why. That's what happens. Okay. I'm gonna get it this time. It's gonna be like flawless, and it's gonna be just like it was meant to be. Here we go. There it is. Let's see. I was listening to your brother's slow jams while I was in cancer treatment. It was very relaxing. Thank you. I'm gonna let him know. That's awesome, man. Who just dunged me? 1,400 people, including Twitch. That's true. That's true. That's pretty impressive. But it's starting to get pretty boring because I haven't done anything. If I can get the thermal camera going, it would be a lot better. Be a lot cooler if you did, man. Okay, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I used to love that. Okay, this looks good to me. Is it working? I don't see anything. gosh. It was working and then it stopped working just now. Gotta love technology. We got raided. Or a hype train. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm letting everyone down because of this problem, technical problem here. Okay, you guys just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, we're good. Hey, welcome. Okay, very, very sorry about all that stuff. Hey, thanks for the the gifted subs. Gifted subs, 5 gifted subs. Okay, guys, so here's the plan. Here's what we're doing. So I have the Flare 1 Pro out tonight, and I kind of like it because it does the outline here. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to see if we can identify what's actually getting hot or what's causing this RAM failure. So I'm going to plug in the board about now. It's plugged in. And so I'm going to press the power button. We don't have any RAM in there, but I don't really care. Actually, let's put some, no, yes, no, yes, yes. I'm going to put RAM in there. So I'm going to put RAM in there, and then I'm going to power it on. There we go. So we need to find something that's getting hot. I don't have the DC jack plugged in, though. I think that would help. There we go. Magic gave you some bits, thank you. Okay, it's powering on, fans are spinning. So this is a reflection in the middle, so just ignore that. And we're looking for something, we got something over here. This is probably GPU or CPU coming on in this area. You can kind of see that all warm right there. But what I would suspect is if we had a short, we would have a short over in this area. And we do have something that looks very suspicious over here. Right here. That's probably our issue right there. You see how it's, I mean, it's not very hot. It's only 34 degrees. But it is on this daughter board, and it's off to the side. So, let's take a look at it. Definitely not hot enough to cause a lot of heat. But in this area over here. So let's just measure for short. I'm not letting you down at all. I appreciate the confidence. Okay, so I have it in continuity mode. Really enjoy watching and love from India. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yash. All right, so we're just going to test some of these around here. I guess I can be on ground and we can just hit some of these things here. I just want to make sure we don't have a short on anything. So one side is going to be ground and one side is always going to be a positive. And so if I beep this side as ground, then that means this side should not beep. And that's what we're looking for. Is it like that? So no beep on one side. So that's fine. And then this is a fuse. That's good. And what about this guy? All right, so it was a little bit diffuse, so it could be on the other side of the board. What do you think? I think it might be on the other side of the board. And so this is the area I'm pointing at, by the way, is right here. So we had the thermal camera kind of looking like this, and right here is where it was getting hot. And that's on this little daughter board. So we could have a USB port issue, 5 volt, right? So it could be on the 5 volt power rail for the USB port. We could have a mangled USB port. I'm going to pull the board out. That way we can really start doing stuff and looking at it a lot easier. And so remember, I was about to unplug the LCD screen. What did you do? You always do this. Just flip that cable right there. A small object in the device. What are we talking about here? Have you turned it off and on again? It's a cap. It's a cap. Now we need is a farmer. I mean, like a tech. Drink some more coffee is what I need. What time is it? 8:53. I got to work a little late today. Woke up early. Woke up early, did my 7-mile ride, did my workout. I started doing an upper body workout now with my 7 miles I've been doing. Took both kids to school, had a meeting this morning, and then got to work around 9:30. So instead of getting here at 7:30 in the morning, I got here at 9:30, which is nice. So I'm about to be here for 12 hours. Hey, Nano! Finally caught a stream. NanoFix is in the house! I'm glad that you can join. You can join you're in Canada. You got normal time. This is normal people time over here. Like, I do a Sunday morning stream, so people like JFix, who's up in the middle of the night watching. If JFix can come, NanoFix, you can come too. I know, you're busy all the time though. But I'm glad he's here. So if you guys haven't watched NanoFix's channel, it's great. So go ahead and click on his name there and go to his channel and go sub it, everybody. Right now. Go do it. Lots of valuable information. I've definitely watched some of your videos and gotten some good value out of them myself. Fast can be fast, but never can catch me. All right, try to take all these screws out here. You have a newborn. Oh my goodness. I remember those days. I kind of miss those days. How old is your newborn? My kids are all old now. They're all grown up. I mean, they're teenagers, but much love. Not in Canada. It's the future America. No, not Canada. That will never happen. 4 weeks. Congratulations. You know, I don't know. It's funny because I have a 16-year-old girl and a 13-year-old girl, and so, you know, they're so independent now and they don't need me, and so now I've kind of got to that point where I'm like, oh no, they're almost on their way out. And I'm like, I need to make sure I, you know, cherish every moment at this point, because when they were kids, I was there all the time. We were doing stuff all the time. I would get up every single morning and do tummy time, belly time. I mean, you're only 4 weeks, so you're just at like eat, sleep time. But, you know, there's going to be plenty of special moments, and I miss all those moments. Oh, I miss all those moments. Let's take a look on the other side here. All right, so here's the area that we were thinking was getting hot, right? And so I wouldn't mind plugging it in. Again, let me pull this DC jack. Actually, I might have one. Let me just grab a DC jack out of this bag. Plug it in onto the thermal camera again, and while it's on the bench, we can flip it over and see if we can get anything showing up. Sorry, 6 weeks. 6 weeks old. So 6 weeks, you're getting a little bit more like what? Does she roll over? Or is it he or she? I'm sorry. Did they roll over yet? They sleep through the night? All those fun accomplishments. Here, I think it's funny. Everyone who has a kid will relate to this. I think I figured out something. So you're like, you found some magical formula. You're like, oh, I did this and the kid did that. We figured this out. And then it's like a day later, like, that doesn't work at all. It's like you feel like you figured out some magic thing that and then you didn't. It's the way it is. It's all part of the adventure. So everything's a part of the adventure. All right, so GC Jack is there. Still, you have 5 kids. The youngest will be 40 years old. Oldest is 51. Wow. It's a girl. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so much fun. She doesn't roll over quite yet, but definitely sleeps well. Well, that's good. That is really good. So yeah, and that way Mama can get some sleep. Because if Mama ain't getting no sleep, ain't nobody getting no sleep. No. If Mama ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. That's how that works. So I'm going to power this back on again. Oh, sorry, you guys need to see this. We're going to look around for that heat spot. There's a lot of reflectivity. I mean, that's extra warm right here, but I don't think that's a concern. That's a reflection there. Those are reflections. So the only problem with this damn damn thing here? Okay. I don't know. But that is the RAM power supply. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything suspicious. These are all reflections. So let's switch over to the P2 and see the difference. You guys want to see the difference between the P2 thermal Master P2 and then the Fleur 1 Pro? There we go. So now we're switching over to the P2, doing the same test. There we go. So now you see how it's like it's a little faster frame rate wise. It's a little harder to make out the shape of the board. That's kind of the only problem with this, right? But you can actually see a lot more faint little marks here. Gotta watch out when DC jacks are just flapping around. They will short out easily on the board. Okay, powering on. So we can clearly make out whatever this is. So that's probably on the other side of the board. You can see all those V-cores. So I don't see anything on that side again. What did you have for supper? I had I stopped by, oh, what's that? What is that? What is that? Is that it? That might be it. That is pretty hot. Although, temperature-wise, it's pretty white now. Anyway, I had a croissant sandwich. It was just like a turkey sandwich. I always stop by the grocery store and just grab some stuff. Ah, that was it. That was it. So the P2 for the win. We did not see that, and we found it. So the P2 won that battle. What do you think? Because it was clear as day that we saw that bright little spot there, and we were using the my brain is malfunctioning. What were we using? The Fleur 1 Pro. We were using the Fleur 1 Pro first, and then we were looking all over the board. We were just seeing a bunch of reflections. And so there it is. And then there's also components not even attached right there, by the way. Oh man, I forgot to eat. Don't forget to eat. So this is broken off the board. So it almost looks like this heatsink was taken off and then put back on. You can see there's actually a chunk taken out of the what is it, a diode maybe? Transistor? I can't, it doesn't have the sign next to it. There's actually a chunk taken out of here. And so I'm assuming this shifted over and then caused this to blow up. So let me pull this heatsink off and we can take a closer look. Oh man, let's go thermal. It's a bubbling. It's a bubbly. UC68. So we have plenty of UC68s. Did it cook the R005, which that's the current sense resistor, so I doubt that that's messed up. That SOT23 is what we're going to be replacing. It doesn't look healthy. Looks like it went through the pizza oven. I want to look at here. Okay, okay. Let's see if we can, I don't know if, is it making it out? I'm going to make it brighter for a second here. Really blow out the exposure, but I just want you to see. So this is the area that's messed up. It's right here. Okay, right on that corner. But what I want you to look at is this heatsink. This metal frame, it's bent down. So it was almost like it was bent down ahead of time and then it was screwed down, and so it ran into that. So I think for some reason the heatsink got damaged or was bent up. Ooh, look how blowed out that was. Okay, back to that. That's a lot of watts. A lot of watts. Cap or resistor. I didn't see a cap or resistor. It was a SOT23. Concur. supposed to be straight. The chip that's hit, it actually has a chunk taken out of it, which I don't know if it's a diode or what. That one is right next to it. Okay, so can I see the bend? Yeah, so it's a little bit bent right here. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm trying to look at it. It's just bent down just a hair. Like it almost just needs to be bent up just a little bit right there. But whatever it is, this is something for me to put in my brain because this is an M17R5, that a possible defect is that the heatsink goes really close to this component and may break it off. And maybe I've had this issue in the past and I didn't know it, that I didn't know it did like a hairline crack on this. But basically, the heatsink is running into this right here, which is a double diode right here. So we have a DD, we have a double diode. It's running right into this. And you see how it has a little chunk taken out of it? And then it broke it loose here, broke it loose here. And then so for some reason that blew out. So maybe it was because the heatsink is grounded. And then this is a positive voltage rail or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm making it up as I go along. I don't know. Keyboard punch. This is the model that has keyboard punches before. We've had plenty of keyboard punches on this model. Let's do an investigation. If they were doing the Fonzie, hey, we got to do the Fonzie, man. But this one's actually in really good condition. Do we have a keyboard punch? You know, there is a slight keyboard punch looking in here. Right there. You know, it's like, freaking laptop work, man! Yeah, or you're just mad at whatever. It's just a little bit. And these things are plastic frame with some metal in here. And so, remember kids, don't punch your laptop. All right, so let's replace this stuff and then let's see who's our uncle. All right, so this double diode, I think it needs to go, right? Should we put a new double diode on there? Or we should just jump straight to the Wi-Fi card. You guys and your Wi-Fi cards. Oh, keyboard depression. Violence, technology, not good bedfellows. Oh, gosh. I punched another laptop. Okay, let me grab the donor board for this. This is a 761P. I would say I have a plethora of these boards. Oh, I would say. Would you say? These are, you can't see it, but here's a stack right here. One stack of them. They're not all the exact 761Ps, but they're all kind of close to that. .761P. Trying to find one that I already stole parts off of. Here we go. All right. Because they're not all necessarily like ones that I stole parts off yet. But do we have that area on here? All that stuff's stolen already. I've already done stole it. All right, we just need another double diode. And then we just need another UC68. I don't really care which one I get. I'm not going to be picky. What chip is it? I have no idea. It's going to be a something with a hole in it. Okay. It's a 76 what? 760 hole? Do we have more of those on the board? I'm assuming that there's more of them somewhere. I can just dig through the stack and grab another board, I know. Sometimes you just get lucky. You can just find one real fast and move on with life. I'm just going to do a quick sweep. Nope. Okay. All right. I will grab another board. That's a fat stack, man. My 17-inch Asus ROG has a number pad that you punch. You punch some numbers in. Okay, here's another one. This one better have our chips. Yep, there we go. So it's it was a 7607, just for people who really wanted to know. And then this one says BL5E. This one just says A. That Fonzie hit the A. People don't even know what I'm talking about. It's fine. It's cool. It's just, there's a small community of people that know what the heck I'm talking about. 559 it, man. Where'd my 559 go anyway? So we're gonna use the newest, latest and greatest. Yay, dad joke. All right, let me remove that guy and that guy. Actually, you wanna read resistance? Wait. Yeah, let's just see if we have a short over here anyway. I know sometimes we forget to do that. Okay, so we're gonna say short to ground. There's no short to ground there. We have 0.1, so basically a short to ground there. And then that's fine. And then, so this seems like it might be ground right here already. I don't know. We might not get lucky. This may not be a straightforward fix, guys. Because you can see this is all like one big power rail right here. This is energizing here. And this is a double diode. It's weird that it'd be a double diode to ground. So maybe this is not supposed to be ground. I don't know. Anyway, well. It's a jump shark. A is anode. Okay. It's not from Happy Days. It's not Arthur Fonzarelli. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Saturday. 7607, IC for voltage regulation. Okay. IC for voltage regulation. Does it control MOSFETs on the other side of the board? It looks like it's just a straight output. It looks like it has an input and a straight output, right? Saturday, what a day. Uh-oh. Double diode's gone. It just flew away. And that one flew away. My air pressure's high today. Okay. Check him. Where'd that double diode go? I have no idea where it went, but is that it? I'm just gonna check to see if the short's gone. What would you say? Wait, somebody said something here. That's interesting. Check the double diode with your DMM. Well, it flew away for one thing, but you want me to check the other run? So that is ground for sure. So I don't see how that would have blown. You know what I mean? There's ground here, ground in the center. And none of this stuff was grounded, so why was it, I don't know. I don't know if replacing this is gonna fix it, by the way. So that's what it seems like to me. It jumped the shark. Double die ended up in Soren's box. Yes, if it blows off the board, it just kind of lands in his magical box of brand new chips. My brand new box. All right. Do you want me to test this one first? Is that what you're saying? Just to make sure we're good? Double diode. Okay, and this is just a reverse protection thing, right? Wait, why is it beeping? Okay, it's not beeping that way, which is correct. And then we flip it. There we go. Reverse voltage on both. Looks good to me. Short the diode leg through the R5. I mean, that's going to go through there. It's going to be ground. Or the diode leg here. Then we go the other way. Are you happy with those results? Are we happy? Very few repair techs will give as personal touch NAS cartridge cleaning as plugging as he did. DDR5 broke off and was protecting the UC68. All right. So pull these off, but I don't want to lose them. I'll set one over here. Okay. Found a diode in my lost sock drawer. All right, I don't think this is going to work. You guys want to vote on it? I don't know. I don't think it's going to work personally. It just the symptoms that I'm seeing here does not point to a resolution, unless there was something else that shorted it and then unshorted it. You know what I mean? So that's the only question I'm having here, is that this was a positive voltage, and then the heatsink touched it and shorted it there. But how would that have blown up then? That's what doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Good. So we have a vote up there. So we have, wow, I think we hit our record on YouTube. 1,429 people are viewing right now. So welcome everybody. If this is your first stream, I do this twice a week. Fixing motherboards live. This is your opportunity to vote. Okay. So there's a vote up there. You just say, is it going to fix it or is it not? You don't know whether or not. It doesn't matter. Just participate. It's kind of fun. And we're going to figure out shortly if this actually fixes it or not. You could go by my bias because I'm saying that I don't think it's going to fix it, but what do I know? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I did not know. I'm just saying it seems a little suspicious that this thing broke like this. But vote, vote, vote. Here, I'll pull up the poll. Pull up the poll. Pull up the poll. Is that how you say it? All right, so on Twitch, you have to go find it. It's at the top there. We got 90 people on Twitch, so 18 people have voted so far. But on YouTube, we only have 145 votes. So we're missing about 1,300 votes. If you're on a TV, I understand. Just pull out your phone and go vote. That's what some people do, is they have their phone going at the same time while the TV's up so they can interact and then they have it on the big screen. Hello from Germany. Good morning, good morning. What time is it in Germany? Like 3 in the morning or something? Man, guten Tag. Morgen. Morgen. I always think morning sounds like my last name, Morgan. Morgen. Morgen. In German. Okay. I'm letting the votes come in. I'm procrastinating. Maybe I'll put the heatsink on while we're waiting. Uh, 4:15 in the morning in Norway. Oh, I'm tired. Although I wake up about 5:30, usually 5:40. All right, and I'm not even going to re-thermal paste it because I'm crazy. You know what that means. You know what that means if I'm not rethermal pasting? That means low faith. Low faith. But my wife doesn't think this is live. Can we get a shout out for Crystal? Crystal! Crystal, this is happening right now, Crystal. So, welcome. Love it. 10:15 where you are. 4:18 in Denmark. Hello, Crystal. Look, even the mods are showing up there. You see your names on the screen. Crystal's a bot. Raw Dog Live. Welcome to Raw Dog Live. If you haven't seen the Raw Dog, look at all the people in the chat saying hello. How many Crystal shout-outs can we get in 1 minute? Joe, we got a new Prime. Thank you. Good evening, Crystal. Crystal Oscillator? Queensland 3 or 1 in Queensland's 1 in the afternoon. Oh, I guess so. 1 in the afternoon. That threw me off for a second. Doesn't compute. Oh, I should have been careful putting this on. I could have ruined another double diode, for God's sake. I didn't want to ruin double diodes. I did bend it up a little bit. So I think we're good. Yeah, we got a gap. A little bit of a gap. A wee gap. It's a wee gap. All right, 229 voted. Keep going. Keep going. I'm getting closer. Just hit, it's just a yes or no button. It's not even like a big commitment. You don't even have to like do anything more than that. What's your frequency, Crystal? That's a good one. I like that. Joe, I'm new tier 1 sub. Thank you. You did a Prime sub and a tier 1 sub. Thank you. Thank you so much. Super helpful for me to come and do this and get all this support from everybody. 1,450 people on the stream. It's growing. You guys are doing good. If this is your first time, you have to do a shout out. You have to say first stream inside the chat, just so I can know that how many people are in the first stream. See what we got. Like the stream. First stream, we got a first stream. Micah, welcome. We do this twice a week. I accidentally ordered a crystal later. Oh, what else we got? First stream, we got another one. Shub, we got Andy. Welcome. Not the first stream. Ram, Spud, Omog, welcome. Brian, first stream. Yeah, so I do this twice a week, and so we never know what we're getting into. We're just kind of, sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. So nobody, William, Scott. I don't look at these systems ahead of time. That's what makes it a little bit more entertaining. So we're all getting it together. Okay, voting is done. We have it almost split. So we got about 60% of the people are saying that I'm awesome and I knew what I was doing exactly and I fixed it. 60% of people said that. So here we go. We're gonna plug it in. No batteries plugged in. I don't care about that right now. And let's get the power meter right. Take that down. Plug that in. You got the 15th stream. 1,470 people. We're gonna hit 1,500 people on this stream. Well, with Twitch, we're at 1,600 almost. Incredible. Hi from Morocco. People from all around the world are coming in hot. So we have a Discord. It's not my Discord, it's JFix's Discord, so I refer everyone there. I'm too busy to mess with that. So, but you guys can join there, ask questions on there, technical questions, all that stuff, and the whole community will kind of get together and help you. We did not get our error code right off the bat, which is a good sign. So that's looking good. Don't hit people. Don't do it. Don't do it. So this board, we did find a couple one burnt component. One component's been ripped off the board, but it looked like it was from a heatsink kind of being rammed into it, or someone did the Fonzie punch on the keyboard, because there is kind of a dent here, and it could have caused some damage on the board. I don't know yet. Just turn it in. The RAM is bad. My RAM's in there, so I know it's good. Already better. It's already acting a little bit different. Coffee time. First time chatter. Parker, thank you. Thanks for chatting in. Don't be scared to chat. Now, there's a lot of people, so it's hard for me to read them all. So if I don't see what you said, just, kind of accept it and move on. Sometimes I'm looking up, sometimes I'm not. And it's like, if you see what I'm looking at, there's just a lot of words here. It's just a lot, and it moves. Sometimes it moves really fast, so I do the best I can to keep up, and I'm not the best reader in general, so. We got picture! I saved another laptop! Yes! Man, I did not expect it. So whoever voted yes on that, kudos for you. So it definitely was that. And this is their screen. This isn't even my test screen. Now let's see if their RAM works, actually. Wow. Okay. I'm using OBS. Yes, I am. And we do have some sort of error code here. Let's see what it says. It's probably a 3-1. So we got 1. Or you do 3. It's 3-1. 3-1 just means CMOS reset, where the system shut off and then turn back on. And it cleared the BIOS. So I'm going to hook their RAM in there real quick. The bots voted no. Hey, I voted no, actually, because I always vote on my own polls. I voted no. Dude, double chime. Crystal saved another. Crystal, you saved another laptop. I bet Crystal's really having a good time now. I stand corrected. Oh. Premise and West hit the bell at the same time. They double belled me. Crystal, woohoo! I concur for sure. Crystal isn't live anymore. I voted no as well. I mean, to me it just seems suspect, right? So I'm like, okay with the double diode being knocked off. I'm okay with it maybe being shorted, but why did that component, burn up? And what? I don't know. Oh, right. I got it. Here, let me pull it up. Let's do a play-by-play on this. I think I got it here. I'll put this. I need something where I don't scratch their thing. 2.4 error. Oh. Yeah, show enough. Wow. So that's a 2.4. So 2.4 now means invalid, right? Or bad RAM. Let me turn it back off. So my RAM's the best. Their RAM's not the best. So now we got to play the memory game. If you've never played the memory game, it's so much fun. Here we go. Playing the memory game is as such. You have 2 memory slots. What you do is you take the memory out and then take the memory that's in this one and put it over here. Take that out. And we're going to run 1 slot. And do that again. I bet that blown voltage regulator took out the memory. I bet they did. That's what I'm thinking too, or at least one of them. Which is about $300 in RAM, right? What, 16 gig sticks times 2, so 32 gigs. Okay, that slot worked. Okay. So now, because we have that working, so I'm going to take this one, put it here, and I'm going to put this one over here now. And it could have just been not seated in there properly or something like that. Crystal left. We got a new board member. Welcome. Or coolest fans. Welcome, Joseph, as a coolest fan. So $250 plus $1,200 for new RAM. Yep, that's about right. All right, so that worked in there. So that doesn't make sense. So we had, now we had, so this one wasn't here, and this one wasn't here, and then I put this one in here and it worked. Then I put that one over here and it worked. So now if I put this one in here, it should work, right? Maybe I just didn't install it all the way. And this one, this time is a bad camp. Hey, thanks for the donation. And this one time, the bad camp. All right. At least $350 for this RAM if they have to replace it. But we know both sticks are working one at a time. So, you know, and it could have been, you know how kind of, I get a little excited and I just kind of stick it in there and I might have, just like, there we go. Both sticks are installed. I will boot the diagnostics. No SSDs installed. All right, so that's working. So it was just me seating it in there properly. So that actually did work. Should we put their SSD in there, see if we can boot to it? Battery's not installed. Okay, I should finish putting this together a little bit more. I'm not going to put too many screws in it because we still have to do heatsink compound and all that stuff, but I just want to see if it boots to a login screen. Okay. What we got? Now we need to repaste it. Is everyone we want to do it? We can PTM this thing. I'm ready. I ain't scared. We could yeah, we can conformal coat the heats the whole motherboard too. No, no. This is considered A+? I don't know what A+ is. Are we talking about just like the A+ certification? Maybe. I don't know. I never took the A+ test. We need to change concur to conform. Do you conform, my son? See, the CMOS resets on these are so fast. It's crazy. This is bad. It won't post now after I put this stuff in there. Thermal pads under the DDR5 corner. Oh. You think so? Typo, bad Chinese keyboard. Alcohol was supposed to be, and this one time is a band camp. Right, gotcha. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure out what you were saying. Bad Chinese keyboard plus alcohol. What are you drinking? That's the question. I haven't drinking yet. And this one time at band camp. That's always a story, right? Do you concur? Catch me if you can. That's exactly where we got that from. And it's not posting anymore. What's going on here? Cleaning the keyboard with alcohol. I got plenty of alcohol here to clean with and to drink with. That took forever. Oh, because I unplugged the charger. That's right. What was I doing? We're just booting up to the Windows. Movie reference time. We have the spinny. So it is booting to Windows 11, because you can tell by this, the circle here. And a lot of times we'll have issues with either RAM or the SSD. And, oh, that's right. You know what? I have had that component blow up on this board before. I remember now. And then after that happened, I would only get blue screens on this, and I could never boot up. So this is a good test right here. Oh, okay. So if we start getting blue screens, then we're going to be in trouble. Okay, we're cool. We made it. cheap is good. 750 milliliter ATM. So it's Calipazzo rum. I've never had rum. I mean, Calipazzo rum. So do you mix it with like Coke or something? I have a couple days left of sobriety, and then I will hit my bourbon up. Hey, thanks for the super chat there. So we have our login screen. Okay, we were successful on that. Anything else we want to test on this one? I don't think we're going to go through and do the thermal paste unless people want that. How much time do we have? Oh, we only have 30 minutes. So we can't really start another system, can we? You made it to a live. Welcome, Malone. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. We had a lot of people come to the live today. So we got no on thermal paste, PTM. Okay, we're going to have to do a poll on this because, here, let me close this poll out. So here's the thing. So we're either going to do a just chatting to finish this out, so for the next 30 minutes or so, 25 minutes, or we can do we can re-thermal paste with PTM 7950 and then do some just chatting for the last 10 minutes or so. So whatever y'all want to do, if you want to put a vote up to see, or we can do just chatting while I'm thermal pasting. It doesn't really matter to me. Enjoying Four Roses Single Bird. That is a good choice right there. Skip and finish the stream. Take a rest. I'd rather probably just chat. PTM chat. Okay, PTM chat is a vote too. Pound the keyboard again to test the theory. You guys are full of it, man. Y'all are full of so much stuff. I don't even know what you're full of. Okay, so just chat now. And so if you say yes, then we'll just chat. If you say no, then we can do the PTM or keep working on some stuff. So most people are saying just chat from what I can see. Well, it's kind of a mix so far. Let's see if I can pull this up. 50-50. Oh, it's like a dead heat 50-50. I'm going to pull the board out anyway because I'll have to have it out for any time I'm going to do it anyway. Mixing is for people who don't drink like jail. I mean, I don't mix. I just do bourbon and I do water with. I mean, I guess does that count, water? I do bourbon and water, but I'm doing a high proof bourbon, so and then plus I like to make it last. But yeah, so I like it on the rocks with a little bit of water. I totally agree. Too tired, relax and unwind. I am tired. It's been more than 12 hours that I've been here. And you can tell when I start to slow down. At the starting of the stream, I'm like, da, 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 da. By the end, I'm like, da, 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 da. All right, so I got this out. Whatever y'all decide, y'all decide. I'm fine with it. Oh, I'm gonna sit like this. Oh, relax for a second. Ah, there we go. Okay, vote. So it's 50-50 right now, so it's just like, oh my gosh. Scotch PTM, it's a cold day, put the kids to bed. Yes, and that's what happens is I try to rush home so I can put the kids to bed. And they're teenagers. They don't need me to put to bed. The whole point is to be there because you're not going to be able to be there for that much longer. So it's not like I'm putting the bed or doing any of that stuff. It's just, being there when it's time to put them to bed, basically, Ice and water, that's what you're doing. Yep, spring water, bourbon and ice. Yeah, shout out what you're drinking. I want to see that. It's important to stay hydrated. High proof is the way to go. Much more flavor. I concur. My wife thinks you're handsome and wants to know how tall you are. I'm 6'3". And thank you. I appreciate it. I'm getting old and I'm starting to lose my hair, and I appreciate somebody finds me attractive at this point in life. Watching you is making me excited to work on a motherboard. AI recommends to start a smart refrigerator, though. Battery packs for me. What? AI is telling you to work on that stuff? Ken Toffee Rum. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Came for the repairs. Just chat. Just chat. Let's chat. We're not chatting any of that other stuff. 16 people voted out of 90. Vote. Yeah, 18 people voted on Twitch out of 90. That's crazy. Drinking Coke Zero. I'm drinking Diet Coke. And it's funny because I'm doing no intentional sugar this month too, so that means no sodas. So I haven't had any sodas or anything. So at night when I'm drinking something that's not alcohol, because I'm not drinking alcohol either, I'm just drinking plain bubbly water. But you know what I made the other night is a old fashioned. So I guess I did cheat a little bit. I used bubbly water and orange bitters and then some simple syrup in there to make an old fashioned that's a bubbly old fashioned. Thought it was kind of interesting. So I technically put sugar in there, but not very much. It was kind of interesting. Bubbly water flavored old fashioned. Dr. Pepper Zero. A lot of people like the zeros. Your chatting is educational. Well, if I can read the chat very well, then it usually works out better. It looks like only 10% of the people have voted. So I think nobody really cares about voting at this point. That's no fun. And it's all 50-50, so I don't even know how to handle that. Good 9I water or 9L water? I haven't heard of that. Waterfall Forest from Japan. Background case. Fuzzy H2O. Why do you use liquid? Wait, why don't you use liquid metal paste inside? Sorry, it keeps jumping around at me. Why don't you use liquid metal paste inside the metal confines or metal transfer containers other than applying it this way? I don't use liquid metal at all. I hate it. I take it off. So is there a thing that's better than PTM other than liquid metal? You know, I don't know, but on these laptops, the PTM 7950 seems to be about the best thing that you can get at this point. Like, to me, just because you're not on a metal die. I mean, you're not on a metal capsule or whatever you call that top part that goes on top of the CPU, like in a desktop. You're on the actual die itself or the silicon, so you have to have something that fills the pits. And PTM seems to be the best for that, and it's the safest. That's the thing, it's the safest. Looks like we got Dr. Pepper Zero again. Strawberry Crystal Light. Ooh, that sounds refreshing. 64-ounce spring water. PSA about, gosh, this thing keeps jumping around on me. PSA about non-conformal coating motherboards. Yes, so do not conformal coat your motherboards, please. What kind of bourbons? Scott, I don't know if you're asking me, but the bourbon I have some Buffalo Trace. Actually, one of the some people sent in some Buffalo Trace for me, some Eagle Rare. I have some of this Redemption Wheated bourbon right now. What else do I have? I kind of go through a bunch of different stuff. So, but right now I'm not drinking, so it doesn't matter. It's just been sitting there. When I'm working, I drink tonic water, which I've never actually had tonic water. I can't wait for my laptop to be done on a video or live, I hope. Well, hopefully your laptop's not broken and you're having to send it to me. Unless you already have sent it to me. And if you have, then we can go grab it and work on it right now. No, we don't have time for that. I use Skinny Co. Oops. What are you saying here? I got use Skinny Co. flavors instead of sugar in your coffee. I use honey instead of inside my coffee, and now I have some like raw honey from that was sent in by one of the viewers. Love it. Ginger ale is my go-to. Like if I'm drinking a soda or if I'm doing a mixed drink, I do ginger ale and bourbon ginger ale, or I like Jameson ginger ale. That's really good. Or I'll do what is it called? Elijah Craig and ginger ale. Or even Evan Williams and ginger ale. I don't care. I love it. It's good. I like Applejack and Winter Whiskey Blend. That sounds pretty good. 5 days left. What's the 28th? So what? We got 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days left, I guess. If it's your computer and not overheating, do not mess with it. I can tell you that. You drink Belgian SPA spring water. I'm drinking Heineken. You know, I've been drinking non-alcoholic beers this month, and there was, what beer was it? I can't remember. But I used to drink Heineken all the time. I love the skunkiness of it, and then I started drinking more like IPAs if I was going to drink a beer. And then the non-alcoholic beer I got, whatever it was a skunky beer. It wasn't a Heineken, but it was like, oh, this is really good. I remember loving Heineken. So it's basically kind of brought me back to that. You know, there's like flavors and smells, bring you back to that time you were at before. If the laptop is broken, then send it in and I can stream it. Yeah, so if you send in your laptop and you want a video, then just recommend, say, hey, I would like a video, or if you want it on a stream, then we'll do it on a stream. I don't really care, but if it's not a motherboard repair, then it doesn't really come to me at all. It's just my other techs work on it. So use stevia in your coffee. And that's what the ginger ale I get is a stevia-based ginger ale. It's called Zevia. I don't know if you've ever had that before, but there's a Zevia. They make all sorts of different, like root beer and all this stuff, but it's pretty good. Actually, there's no sugar in your house at all. That's smart. I think liquid metal would make things worse on a desktop still, probably. IPAs are great. I mean, I like IPAs, and I'm more of a hazy IPA or a juicy. I don't like them too bitter where I have to like scrape my tongue, you know? Like and then they're too heavy is the problem because you can't have too many of them. So I like a lighter IPAs. Like I don't like double mosaic, blah, blah, blah. You know, those are too hard to drink. But a Peroni, that's what it was. It was a Peroni. Yeah, so I had a Peroni non-alcoholic the other day, and that was super good. I was like, I loved it. I actually have a couple more of them left tonight, so maybe I'll have one of those tonight after my stream. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home and have a Peroni. Boy, ice cold ginger beer. I love ginger beer with, well, you can do a dark and stormy if you put it with rum, or you can do a Moscow Mule if you put it with vodka. Bird dog chocolate whiskey. Liquid metal destroys computers, as we saw the first computer, right? You grew up in New England, and they have some great IPAs. Yeah, some NEPAs, some New England IPAs, right? Does any of your blessed daughters have talent with electronics or interest in or abilities? My older daughter is going to be more technically inclined in general, more of the engineering brain. She wants to be some sort of engineer or space engineer, aerospace engineer, or something like that. She's taking physics and all that stuff. My younger daughter is more into the arts, and so over the years we've built stuff, we've designed stuff. She knows how to use like 3D modeling and CAD and stuff like that, and then we've done some electronics stuff, even some Arduino programming and stuff. That was when they were a lot younger. I haven't done that stuff with them recently, but so I don't know where she's going to end up, but she's definitely a lot more engineer oriented. So are you the only sorry, it's moving around for me. I can't do this. So are you the only one in your shop that does component level repair? That's correct. Yes. I did have a tech a couple years ago that was doing board repair, and then he left, and then I just did it all. So, but he was still kind of learning anyway. But yeah, I have a few techs that they just do the regular repairs, which is most of our repairs are regular repairs. But it's still all difficult. But it's like, you know, I have one guy that basically just does installs or replacements of cracked screens or cracked bezels or cracked things. And then another guy who does diagnosing, trying to figure out like, why is this not working, or da-da-da. And then if it ends up being a motherboard, then he sends it to me, and then I do the motherboard repair part of it. Not to mention all the rest of the stuff I have to do. You like pale ales, like chewing lime peel. I just don't like it being so bitter. That's the only problem with that. Sober 7 years past October. So when you're sober, I was trying to think about this. Here, the music seems loud. I don't know if it's too loud for y'all, but so when you're sober, non-alcoholic beers actually have alcohol in it, right? It's like 0.5. So that, to me, like, because if you had 5 of them or 6 of them or whatever, that equals like one, I don't know, Keystone or something. I don't know. But does that mean that would be cheating, right? To me, it seems like you probably just want to stay away from it altogether, right? Captain Morgan's and pineapple juice. What? I used to do Captain and Coke. Captain and pineapple. Who else has had Captain and pineapple? That seems crazy. Whoa. You recently bought an Alienware Area 51 gaming laptops because of this channel. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you bought it. This is the newer one, right? Did you watch that $4,000 destroyed video and then say, I could buy this and not take it apart? Do you have time for technical question about a G15? Luca, simple question. Yeah, you go ahead and give me a simple question. Go ahead. Guinness Stout. I actually have some Guinness Zero. Actually, I drank my last Guinness Zero, but I had some Guinness Stouts and Zeros at home. I was waiting for his answer about that. Yeah, non-alcoholic, not drinking non-alcoholics either. That's a smart idea. You also don't want it. It's almost like a gateway drug, right, if you did that. Okay, yeah, so let's move away from our drinks there. So y'all go ahead. We got about 10 minutes left. Go ahead and ask technical questions, and I'll see what we can do. So no more drinks. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Some people are not even drinking. Let's see. Where was your question? You were going to ask a question, Luca. All right, so anybody have a good question? You watched a $4,000 laptop but didn't spend that much. Smarty pants. Probably a good idea. What do you think about the X16R1? I've never seen one in my life. So I don't know. It's never come here before. Never had an issue with it. Does that mean something to you? I've never had to fix one. So to me, that sounds like it's good. I rewound and saved. I punched another laptop. I punched another laptop. I can't believe that. That's crazy. What chances of corrupted BIOS interfering with a CMOS reset on the M4700? CMOS reset. So those, okay, so on those, they have CMOS resets because the EC does program automatically. You just power it on. There's a highlight. So basically, if you get it where the current just kind of stays at the same area for a long time, then it's probably a frozen or a messed up a corrupted BIOS. And so you're not going to be able to get through the CMOS reset because the CMOS reset process is reprogramming the EC chip, which will power on the board, and then it's going to go through a couple of startup phases. And if it gets stuck on one line of code, then it's screwed. So, yeah, most likely if it's just like turning on, but then just hanging at a certain current, then it's probably a corrupted BIOS. Last Wednesday's laptop, did you fix it? Okay, yes. I did, but I didn't. What was it? What was last Wednesday's? Tell me, because I remember it and then I forgot it. So the very end, yes, the next morning, let's see, I turned it on. I worked on it the next morning. What was the model? So G15. Please, please tell people that their laptops are not worth 90% of what they paid 3 years later. Yes, they're not. I mean, they're usually worth about $1,000 to $1,200 for a while. I can tell you that. But Micro Slop, you've been watching what's his name's videos. Okay, so from what I recall, is I worked on the motherboard the next morning, and I changed out. No, I couldn't get it working. No. Yeah, that was one that was just a nemesis. 7390 latitude 7390. I'm happy to send the donor in. Do you want it for the next Sunday stream? Latitude 7390. Latitude 7390. I don't work on a lot of those. You could definitely send it in. I can add it with my donors. But unless you need me to try to fix it, we can try to mess around with it or something like that. Tech question. Let's see. How do you back up your laptop's OS on an external drive to swap the hard drive to an SSD? So I use Clonezilla personally. So we just put another drive in an external USB. You clone it over with Clonezilla, and then you just put the new drive in. That's how I do it. So Clonezilla is free. You can download that, and it's kind of or you can do RescueZilla. It has a better interface. Basically the same thing, but it's all Linux based. A machine from hell. Luke, where was your question? Did you already ask the question? I'm trying to find your question here. Okay, here it is. G15 is not charging and P-shot is high. P-shot would not be related to the not charging in general, so I would kind of take that out of the loop. So not charging is, there's so many things, so I can't really, I'm sorry. That's a tough one because it's like, you know, you tried a new charger, tried USB maybe, USB-C maybe with the machine off, see if it charges. But then you have to figure out if the power management chip's blowing out, or you have, I mean, there's a million things that can cause it not to charge. So I can't point to anything in particular, I'm sorry. You got a 7710 with a bad Quadro card. But another Quadro card, or switch to a 980X. It depends what you want. I mean, the Quadro cards are going to be better for, you know, professional graphic stuff. But 980, I mean, they're all out of date, so it's just kind of hard to know which way you want to go. I would say whatever's cheaper. How's that? Or just take the card out altogether. That's the other thing. It's like, you don't need it in there, just take the card out and then just run it on the integrated, and then your machine's fine unless you need it. If you need it, then I would buy whatever's cheaper, personally. Higher end Model X series or M series. So M series, so it's like they do this progression that's really freaking annoying. So they had, like, let me just go with the 17. So they had a M17X R1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right, with the X in between the two. Then they went to 17 R1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 without the M and without the X. Then they went to M17 R1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 without the X between. And then they went to X17, 1, and 2. And then they went to, now they're on, what are they on? Then they went to 16s and 18s in M's. So anyways, so M's are older. So there's 17, then there's an M17, then there's an X17. There you go. So people here, anyway, I just want to remind you guys, so I do this twice a week, 6 p.m. Central on Wednesdays and 9 a.m. Central on Sundays to tune in for a live motherboard repair. Let's see, this one was the last super chat, so be annoying. One last one, I promise. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I'm about to wrap it up, so I need to get through any more of these chats before we wrap it up, because paste it in chat, paste it in chat. Sorry, paste it. Let's see. Yeah, Clonezilla I think is the best for cloning. So is it Dell that doesn't charge? I have, wait. So it's a Dell that doesn't charge, I have, but Windows thinks it's charging. Okay, so that is going to be MOSFETs on the input. So like on here, for instance, you can have these right here. One of these shorted will cause that exact issue. So if you have this one has a pair of MOSFETs, so maybe you have one or maybe you have two. But if this is shorted across, then you'll basically always have the voltage going through here. And so yes, the board's getting voltage, but then your power management chip will see that there's an error here, that this is shorted on, and then it won't charge. But it won't do current flow, but it will say it's charging. So we got someone spamming chat. Let me show you. Let's see what a spam chat looks like. There we go. Dell G15, how I remove OnlyFans. So this right here, you don't spam it that many times, bud. But I have tutorials on my website on how to take apart machines. I don't know if I have one on the 5530. I probably have one on the 5520. But you have to remove the fans. They're going to be bolted onto the heatsink, so you have to pull the whole motherboard out. Pull the whole motherboard out like this, and then there's 3 screws here, and then you flip it over, and then the fans will come out. So you have to remove the entire laptop. So it's really hard on that machine. It takes a long time. There's an X16 and an X18, which I've never seen either one of those. What address to donate dead laptops to? So you can just use my main website address on the contact page, and you can just put my name on it, or parts people, and it will get to me no matter what. So, but yeah, my website, click on contact. Partspeople.com is the website, and then contact, and you can send whatever. There's also actually a recycling area on there too for doing that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully I answered everyone's questions. I know I didn't really, but Area 51 uses RAID 0. Why? You can use it or not. It's not really called, it's not RAID 0. A lot of the newer machines, they use AHCI or they use RAID. You choose whichever one you want. And so you could turn it off, but you don't have to actually RAID anything. But it's supposed to be faster. Okay, well, anyway, I'm wrapping it up. I appreciate everybody. Thanks to the mods. DIY Dave, they got the premise. We got both Daves. Were both Daves here tonight? I don't know, but Wes was here. Thank you. And hey, guys, everyone, thanks for all the donations tonight. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to donate a lot of it to these, or I'm donating most of it, all of it. YouTube takes so much of this every single time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it all to them, and then I give it all to them. And then I only got like a small amount, so I got to be careful with what I donate because they get their cut. But anyway, that's just a side note. Anyway, but I donate to the repairs, and so they get discounts on these repairs because of you guys' donations. And what was I going to say? Oh, so tune in Sunday. We'll have another live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may work on that old laptop from 1991, or we may do another one of these. I'm thinking about doing that 1991 laptop. We'll load the Windows 3.1 on it and all that fun stuff. But anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you, and thanks for watching. I saved another laptop.